Rock-killing in a spin, talking life's wild jive, sipping on wisdom with a grin. Midlife mischief keeps it live. Laughs and stories, cheers all around. Raise a glass where wisdom's found, with a sip of truth.
I have menopause.
Profound. The jokes and tales by the fire's glow, discussing changes the season show.
Hello, everybody. I am Raquel Kearney-Ellikis. That is Lynn Dula, and you have either purposely or accidentally stumbled onto Midlife Mischief. So stick around. You never know what we're gonna do. Last week I spilled coffee everywhere. I dropped things repeatedly. So who knows what's gonna happen today? Hi, Lynn.
Hi.
You have just taken a week off.
Yeah.
I want to hear about it. So does everybody else. We all want to hear about it. Especially the pictures you sent me. Lynn sent me photos of this weird-ass looking bath with a lid. I can't believe you did that. Me, I would not go anywhere near a bathtub that has a lid that comes down like a pressure cooker. Maybe in a past life I was boiled to death. I have no idea, but you would not get me anywhere near it.
Nope. I don't know what I was thinking. I was really I was in a lot of pain.
Okay.
Listen, what could happen last weekend happened for me. So I was leaving one of my events, and 2 miles down the road, and of course this would be the event that's out in the sticks, like out in the boonies, right? So 2 miles in, the car runs hot. And it's one of those situations where when you tell your husband, "Hey babe, I think you should look at this. Hey babe," and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get to it." Well, it was one of those situations.
I've seen a 911 episode that started exactly like this, by the way, just so you know.
It had been going on for a little while, and it was always I'll get to it. It's not that bad. You're making a big deal out of nothing, blah 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 blah. So anyway, car runs hot. It's like maybe 10 o'clock at night, I guess. And so I call. He comes. AAA says they're coming. So we go home. AAA doesn't come. They call back and say, "Oh, we don't have anybody to pick your car up. So it's going to stay till the morning."
On the side of the road, in the middle of nowhere.
Well, actually, I ended up, I pulled into a Food Lion parking lot. But because I'm just a female, I don't know anything about cars. He decides, I'm going to drive it home.
Oh.
Like, I couldn't have done that.
Yeah.
If it was working.
Yeah.
So he gets in less than a half a mile. Okay. So it's like,
oh no.
To the next light. It does it again. And he has to then turn off. So he turns off into a gas station. I think it was like I don't know the name of it. Royal Farms. That's what it was. A Royal Farms gas station.
Okay.
And that's where AAA was supposed to pick up the car. But anyway, all that being said, at some point in time between the event and the car, I did something wonky to my back.
Huh?
I did something wonky to my back.
Did you sneeze? Okay. That's usually how it works, is it sneeze.
It is. Yeah. It is. Yeah, but no, not this time. So when I got out the car, I was like in so much pain. I felt like, okay, if I go home, I take a hot shower. If I have to, I'll go ahead and take an Epsom salt bath. I should be fine.
Right.
The next day, of course, we get on the road. I'm gone. And when I tell you my first 3 days, I was miserable, just pain, sitting, standing, moving, all the things, right? So, because when you're in that level of pain, you're just looking for any kind of, just relief, any kind of way. In comes the spa.
Okay.
And I said, oh, I read the little pamphlet. It said, gets rid of back pain, rheumatoid arthritis, not get rid of it, but relieves you of it, Rheumatoid arthritis, gets rid of all the toxins that's causing your body to ache, joint pain, all these things, right?
Okay.
And all I kept seeing was pain relief because nothing else was doing it.
Right.
So I don't like water.
Okay.
I don't swim.
Okay.
I don't, if I go to the beach or to the pool, the water doesn't go above my waist.
Okay.
That's it, right? I never get my head, shoulders, anything else wet, just below the waist. This thing, it really looked like a giant egg
Yes.
or a clam shell.
I'm
One of the two.
gonna send these pictures you sent me to Aaron, and maybe he can post them up. How do I do that, Aaron? Okay, carry on, because I know what they look like. You know what they look like, but I would like to. Which
is why I
see if
sent them
we can
to you.
show everybody.
Which is why I sent them to you.
Right.
So I decide I'm gonna go, and then the husband was like, "Yeah, you should go." Da, da, da. Now this is right up his alley. He loves these kind of things, and so eventually he was like, "We should both go." And I'm like, "Okay, okay, we'll both go."
Okay.
So at that point, we're thinking that we would be, because the young lady said, "Oh, would you like to do a couples float?"
A what now?
And I
A
said,
couple's float?
"Yeah, it's
Okay.
called a float tank. So would you like to do a couples float?" And I said, Sure, I guess." She said, "Well, you won't be in the same pod. You'll both have your own pod." Well, it comes to find out, you're not even in the same room.
Okay.
We walk into
So
the room.
how is that a
This woman-
couple's float? Okay.
I guess because she's booking two people at the same time. Yay for her. But it did nothing for us.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's weird. Then don't call it a couple's float. Just say we can book you both at the same time for individual rooms where you will be several feet apart in a different room with doors closed.
Girl.
No
all of
contact
that.
whatsoever.
All of that.
Just say that.
I couldn't
say
even
that.
call him on an intercom if I wanted to. It was
Okay.
like no access.
Okay.
So we get in the room. She goes through all of the detailing and everything. So in the pod, there's a little small panel. It has 3 buttons,
Okay.
2 large buttons and a small button. The small button is the intercom to call up front.
That's a
if you
help
need
button.
anything.
Help. Which is what
The
I was
larger
pressing.
Right. The larger buttons one is for the music, which is like white noise and, the ocean or whatever. And then
Okay.
the other one is for the blue light that you see in the pod. Some people, I don't know who these people are. They're diabolical, must be kind of vampirish. Will get in the pod and turn the blue light off and just be in pure darkness.
Oh, no, thank you. Like I said, maybe I was boiled or something in a cauldron. I have no idea, but no, thank you. No, just no.
So here I am. I don't
Did you
swim.
close the
I
lid?
don't- Wait.
Okay, sorry.
So here I am. I don't swim. I don't do any of the things, but I'm going to try this because I need it, right? So it's Himalayan salt water with magnesium and some other things that they put in this water to make it do what it does, right?
Okay.
So they leave out. She says you have to take a little shower, just like if you go to the pool, you have to rinse off first before you get in, right?
Right.
So I
Okay.
asked, I said, okay, I'm fully prepared with bathing suit, all the things, right? She was like, "Oh no, it works better if you're nude."
Okay. Oh, there's the picture. If you're looking now, you can see the picture.
So that blue thing that's on the side of it, that
Okay.
is the head floaty. You put that underneath your head to kind of lift your neck up if you want.
Oh,
Just something
oh,
to rest
look who's
on.
here. Hey,
Who?
I missed it, Aaron. That was an old one. I thought Robert
Oh,
was here.
oh
Rena
goodness.
is here though. So, Rena, sensory deprivation. Yeah, no, thank you. I don't need my senses deprived.
No, no, no. So
No, thank you.
I get out the shower. I, I guess, I'm a little excited to get it over with.
Okay, because the pain will go away.
Not just that, I'm already now having a little anxiety about the pod. So the
Okay,
thing about the pod is
understandable. Yes.
you can leave it open, or according to her directions, you can bring it down halfway or even like a little bit, like 6 inches. Well, it'll just stay open, so you can still have some access to the outside, or you can close it all the way. Those are your options. All the way, halfway, and a little bit, lower. So I'm like, okay, cool. I get inside. First of all, it must be me. It has to be me.
Okay,
Because
I'm listening.
the moment I stick my feet in and I begin to slide down, I lose all gravity. There's no gravity in this thing.
Oh,
So
no.
my legs go whoosh up in the air. And my head goes back. And at this point, now I have salt water in my eyes.
Oh no.
My eyes are burning.
Oh no.
Now, granted, there's a little water bottle hanging on the side right next to the little blue thing you saw that's for your head. And there's a washcloth there. That is so if you happen to if your eyes get dry, this is what she said, because of the salt. If they get dry, you can spray the water in your eyes as fresh water, and then you take the washcloth to dab your eyes. Well, I got salt water in my eyes, so they're burning like crazy, right? So I now am already submerged in this thing. I'm floating in all different directions. I have no control over my body. I'm going counterclockwise. I'm going like a little digital dial in the water, going counterclockwise. It's a mess. Okay, I'm making a mess of this whole thing. So I reach over for the water bottle. It must have been from the dollar store because the damn thing broke. The little spray thing you popped right off. It's in the water. At that moment, I realized I am having an I Love Lucy moment. I am Lucille Ball in this pod. It was weird. I grabbed for the washcloth. Of course, it falls in the water, gets soaking wet.
And covered in salt water.
So on either side of this pot are these bars. I guess you could just hold on to the bars if you're trying to get out or something. Now at this point, I'm looking like I'm on the cross of Jesus because I have both arms stretched out completely. And I can't move. I can't move. I'm just laying here saying, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? I'm floating.
This is how I'm going to die.
Floating. I'm floating. That's the purpose, right? It's to float.
Okay.
My anxiety is through the roof. I can't relax. There's nothing I can do. So I started taking these deep meditative breaths and I'm like, okay, get it together. Get it together. Then I realized, damn it, I forgot to turn the light switch off so that I can enjoy the ambiance of the blue light. So I said, okay, I'm going to get out and try to reach over to the wall to turn the light off. So I managed to take a leg and kind of throw it over. And in doing so, I hit the buttons, the two big buttons, so the music starts. And I'm able to reach the wall to click the light. I click the light. Why am I in pitch black? You know why it's pitch black now?
Because you hit the light.
My dumbass hit the light too.
Your vagina turned the light off. You lifted your leg over the edge of the tub.
I am freaking out at this point. And I'm like, wait. So I hit the little button again to turn the blue light on. So I'm like, thank you, Jesus. The light is on finally. The music is still going. I'm getting pissed off at the music because I'm like, this is not helping any.
What kind of music was it? What kind of music was it?
It was white noise. Like that spa type white noise.
That's not helpful at all.
No, it wasn't helpful at all.
No.
So I lay back and I said, I'm going to try this again. I grab for that little blue thingy for my neck. It goes, I put it under my thread, and it goes flying across the Wait.
There's
I'm
more.
not done yet. I'm not done yet. This is only the first maybe 7 minutes into this process.
Rena says, oh, girl.
This is like the first 7 minutes into the process, okay? So finally, I decide I'm just going to hold on for dear life to both of these bars. Now, I'm tall and my arms are really long. So if my arms can completely extend from one side of this tub to the other side without bending, it's a really wide tub, right?
So it's bigger than it looks.
Oh yes, it's humongous. Okay, so because I am 6'1", so think about that, and my feet aren't touching the foot of it.
Okay,
and my head is not all the way up to the top either. I'm literally in the middle of this thing, so I'm holding on, and I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna woosah, relax. I'm gonna get some benefit out of this.
If it kills me.
If it kills me, literally. So maybe 10, 15 minutes in, I guess I got really, really comfortable and I started maybe drifting off. They say you will go to sleep in this thing.
Oh.
I was trying not to go to sleep, but they say a lot of people just go to sleep. I'm like, that's stupid, but okay. Go to sleep, really? So I can wake up drowned?
Right.
No, thank you. So I must have started drifting off because I can feel the water rising around me. And I had earplugs in, but all of a sudden, the water is like right here at my eyes. Oh. And I'm like, oh, shit. So, my hair, I had it all up, in a little thingy Brady thing and had it, girl.
Uh-oh.
Why did my hair feel like it sucked up all the water in the tank? So when I went to lift my head up, it wouldn't move.
Oh, no.
My head felt like somebody was pulling it back. Like I just couldn't lift my head up. So now I'm back in freak out mode. I done started all over again. I'm freaking out. And I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So I pressed the freaking button for the intercom for the lady to come. I'm like, can you come and help me, please? Oh, here she goes. Hi, how can I help you?
And you're naked in the pool.
Butt ball. So she's like, and I'm in a desperate situation if I'm calling for someone to come in and help me, okay? I'm desperate at this point. So I'm like, hey, can you come and help me, please? She was like, oh, okay. I'll be right there.
Was she a little white girl?
Of course.
She sounds like a little white girl.
Your chipperness is driving me crazy. Your chipper attitude is not where I need to be right now. So I guess maybe 2 or 3 minutes go by. She's right across the hall. It's not like she's on the other end of the building. She's right there where we are.
She's on a break.
2 or 3 minutes go by. She doesn't show up. I press the button again. I'm like, and she comes back. Hi, are you ready to get out? Bitch, I said, can you please come and help me? I'm mad at this point. Where the fuck are you? So she's like, okay, I'll be right there.
Okay. And
Third time, I pressed the damn button again. I said, in my session, I'm done. Okay, just go ahead and get out. And then, No, I didn't hear what else she said. Because why are you still there answering my call when you should be on your way to see if I'm dead?
Yeah. So she didn't come in to help you.
Never came. Never showed up.
Okay, so what was going on with your hair? Was it just stuck or just heavy because the water?
Just really, really heavy because of the water. So I decided I'm going to get out of this damn thing. I'm mad. So you know when you're angry, you get extra strength from somewhere. I'm still floating though because I have no gravity pull. So I can't put my foot down.
Wait. You're angry. You're floating. You're naked and your hair is soaking wet to the point where it's ridiculously heavy holding your head down.
Yes.
Okay. I got it.
So because I can't physically pull my head and my upper body up and out using this bar. Remember when you were young, you had the 10-speed bicycle? It was a boy's bike, and it had the bar across the thing.
Yep.
Because the girls always had the little, dip, and the boys had the bar.
Yep.
Keep that in mind.
Okay.
So I decide I'm going to take all the strength I have in me, and I'm going to throw my leg across this thing again. Because I did it once. I can do it again, right? I threw my leg across, and I was a little too forceful because my whole hip and vajayjay went with it. Bam! Right on the side of the doggone egg.
Oh no!
The pain that lanced through my body at that point, tears just started coming down. I was just like, this is the worst experience I've ever had at a spa. So at this point, I'm hurting. My legs are like jello because I've been in this salt water. So it drains all of the, everything out of you. I don't know this though until I try to stand up. It doesn't work. I hit the floor and I slide. All the water is coming with me too as I'm coming out. The water is just like a wave. So the floor is soaked. I hit the floor and I slide across the room and hit the other wall. In my mind, I'm thinking I look like a whale just sliding across the floor. Like, I couldn't stop myself. It's a tile floor. I couldn't stop. I just went with it. I was like, we're going to slide until we stop. I hit the wall.
Did your
My
feet
husband's
hit
like-
first or did you lift your legs so your ass hit the wall?
No. My head and my shoulders hit first.
Oh no, you turned around.
Turned completely around. But wait, I skipped the part.
Oh wait, there's
So-
more.
Yes, there's more. I skipped a part. So remember, when I was in the water and I'm relaxing, I did actually close the lid.
Oh no.
So what really made me panic the most was the fact that she was like, if you're ready to get out, you just push the lid up.
I mean, it wouldn't go up.
I couldn't reach it because my head was too heavy. So I couldn't lift up and reach the damn thing to push the lid out. So I ended up having to push from the side and just grab like the side of the lid and push it up. But look, it would go up, but not all the way up. And as soon as I got it up to a point where I thought it was supposed to like lock, because remember, wide open, halfway, a little ways.
Right.
So I'm thinking, I'm halfway. It should stay. That damn thing go boom. Went right back down. So I tried it again and it went boom. So that is why I threw my leg over the thing, because I'm thinking if I throw my leg across, it'll keep it from closing back down on me. It'll stop. That was the inspiration for the leg crossover because I couldn't lift my head up.
Oh my God.
Girl,
So, did your husband enjoy his experience?
wait a minute. So I go after you've done, you're supposed to get back in the shower. They have lotion and shampoo and body wash.
Right.
Why was my shampoo and my body wash empty?
Oh no.
I couldn't wash all of that salt water
Oh,
that is streaming
no.
from my soaking wet hair. They give you one towel, one towel.
Oh no.
Of course, it went to my hair because, like, what else? It
yeah.
didn't make sense.
Yeah.
If I didn't dry the hair, the rest of me would just be soaked, right?
Yeah.
So I'm pissed because I can't shower, and only thing in there is lotion. What is that going to do for me?
Yeah,
So
you're
I
gonna
go
put
out-
lotion over salt skin.
Girl.
Yeah, no, ew.
At this
No.
point, I'm just drying off the best I can. I put my clothes back on. I go back out, and I look like I had just come through ashes. I was so ashy, so gray.
Oh no.
I had the salt stains all around my face
Oh,
where I was
no.
drying off,
Right.
and it was just the salt water was just every part of me was white. I looked like a gray ghost coming out of
Oh no.
this little girl.
Oh no.
I'm sorry you didn't enjoy your time in there, but it's not for everyone. I guess you're one of those people that just don't know how to relax.
Did you reach over the counter and
I said, you know what? I guess I'm not.
Oh, okay. That was
There
very
was-
mature of you.
My husband said the same. He was like, I can't believe they didn't call the cops. Like, because normally you would have gone off. And I was like, I didn't have it in me. I think the salt water drained every ounce of everything I had. The fight for my life in that water was just too much. I had nothing left to give. So I sat down and I waited another 30 minutes for my husband to come out of his experience. She comes back and she was like, I think your husband loved it. He's very happy. I just want her to stop talking to me at this point. Just don't say nothing else to me, little girl. Don't say nothing else to me. So he comes out. Oh my God. Poster child for the float tank. He comes out and he's, hey babe, wow, it was wonderful. I had a good time. I mean, he's like a new shiny penny, all lotioned up, clean, had his hair all gelled and everything. I mean, he's looking like he just had the best time on the beach.
And you look
I look like I just came out of a mine that exploded and I'm all ashy. That's how I looked. I was so pissed.
See, that's where I would have slapped Aaron. I just would have walked over to him. I just would have slapped him. You son of a bitch.
Oh my gosh, he was in there talking to the other ladies that was waiting for their turn to go do whatever their services were. Oh, you guys are going to try to float tank. I'm telling you, it's amazing. Da, 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 da. I just got up and I was like, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Get in the car. He's like, you didn't have a good time, did you? And I was like, you think? Look at me. Do I look like I had a good time? And he finally realized that I was white. He was like, babe, you know you're supposed to take a shower.
Oh no. Oh, how far away do you live from there? How long did he have to sit in the car with you looking at him like that?
We were staying at the hotel, so it was fine. So
Okay.
I was like, we went back to the resort. I went straight to the shower. I spoke to no one. I said nothing to no one.
No.
And I washed my hair and did all the things, and I came out and I felt a lot better. But of course, when my hair gets wet, it takes like maybe 4 or 5 hours to dry. So I just had to put it in one big braid and just keep, blow drying it a little bit and just, yeah. So that was my experience at
Wow.
the floating tank.
Wow.
And my sister was like, "You couldn't record it?"
Now that I would have liked to have seen. I'm sorry, I would have.
Everybody would have liked to have seen that. There's no way I could have thought ahead to record that experience, especially since I'm naked. Like,
Hey, there's a
doing
lid
that.
for every pot. You could have sold it. People would have paid money for that. You never know. You never know. The economy is tanking. You need to start thinking. Come on, Lynn. People
Girl.
would pay for that.
Oh my gosh. That was my experience at the spa.
So
this
you are
week.
not going back. No. And
But the
now,
hubby will.
and now I will not be doing that either. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that.
The husband is going back. He's going to go once a month.
Really? Okay. And you're not going to
No.
try it again. Just no.
I'm a one and done. Girl, I'm not going to keep trying till it gets better. I'm good.
Yeah, no, I don't know that it can top that experience.
It was horrible.
I just wish I had been there. 'Cause
He said, I heard some commotion over there, and some going boom, boom. I was like, yeah, that was the lid falling down and me hitting the wall. That's what you heard.
And yet, did he come in to save you? No, because he was
No,
enjoying
he was
himself.
living his best life, floating, talking about, I don't know why you didn't have any gravity. I could just stand up and you can't. I couldn't stand up. There was no way. It was like you were in space,
Okay.
floating around with nothing.
Wow.
It was weird. Not relaxing at all. And for her to say, "Oh, I guess you're one of those people that just don't know how to relax," I wanted to slap her in the next week. I was like, no, I'm not catching a charge up here in Williamsburg. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to catch a charge. 'Cause
Oh
I think
my
if I
God.
start, I won't stop. I'm just going to kill this little girl.
It's not worth the charges. It's not worth the charges.
No.
Oh
But
my
how was your
God.
week?
You know what? My week was so busy. I think I sat down yesterday. I don't even know how it happened. It just, I even said to Aaron today, I just need a day. I just need a day. One day. Because the thing is, not only do I have to do all the work outside the house, but then when I come home, I walk into the house and apparently I'm the only one that does anything. So if I'm gone all day, I come home, I still have to clean the floor, clean the kitchen, redo the dishwasher because God
Yeah.
knows it's you can't put it on like that. Half of the time I have to make dinner because everybody's just been sitting around waiting for me to make dinner, or I have to do laundry because I need clean clothes for the next day and I haven't done laundry. It just kept going and going and going, and I was so tired that I would fall asleep right away as soon as I was in bed, and then in the morning I would have to get up and just leave the house and it would start all over again. So yeah, I think I sat down yesterday. So
That's hilarious, though. Sorry.
but Aaron and I were talking about you know, you keep hearing everybody say that, yeah, everyone who's going through menopause, there's this big thing about, I don't care anymore. I just don't care.
yeah.
I was thinking about that on our way home yesterday. Or maybe it was, was it today, Aaron, or was it yesterday? It was yesterday. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I don't know if that's true. I don't know where the thought came from, but out of the blue, it just hit me. I don't know if that's true for me. I do care. I do care. I'm not totally devoid of feelings. But there are some things that I just really, and I don't think I've ever cared about them, but now they've surfaced, and now I feel the need just not to care about those things anymore or protect the people who do. So Aaron, poor Aaron is talking to me about, he bought a radio and his hobby is ham radio. Okay, so he talks on the radio to people all over the world. He's done this since before I met him. I don't want to have anything to do with it because it bores me to death. I mean, I cannot think of a subject that is more boring and ridiculous. But for the past 27 years, I've politely listened to every conversation that he has ever had about ham radio, to the point where I probably do subconsciously know more than I want to. But yesterday, well, and I think that's part of being a good wife, maybe.
Yeah. We do that when we're girlfriends. Like we feign interest in what they're interested in. We do.
Know? And because I think
but
my
they
head,
don't do that to us.
No, but I think that's why we do it. I think we listen to the things that don't interest us because we hope that when we are talking to them about something that doesn't interest them, that they will do the same in return.
We hope.
Well, they don't.
It doesn't happen.
And last night, Aaron finally discovered that I really just don't give a shit. Because I told him.
You told him?
I did. We were driving home. We had to go to a birthday party last night. We're driving home, and it's about a 25-minute drive. And he starts talking about this radio that he had bought that was broken. And the guy refunded his money, but then sent another radio for him to, I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't care why. And I just sat there going like this, like I always do. Okay. And so he sent you one that's broken. I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense. And the new one, is the new one okay? He's like, no, the new one's broken as well. And that was what did it. Like, okay, so this guy, he sends you a radio. You pay for the radio, sight unseen, which you would tell me never to do. But that's okay because it's you. And so you bought this radio you hadn't seen. He sent it to you. It didn't work. He was very nice and understanding. He refunded your money. And then on top of that, he sent you another one because he felt bad. But this new radio, it doesn't work either. And so now, are you going to send it back? And he's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm like, you know what?
Hang on, I started getting technical.
And then he starts talking to me about how maybe he can fix it. And he starts talking about fixing it. And so while we're driving on the freeway, I just reach up and I put my hand on his shoulder. And I was very polite about it. I didn't even know I was doing it. I put my hand on his shoulder. And then I turned and I looked at him and I said, Aaron, I don't care. Please stop talking. Just stop talking. I'm not interested. I don't care. It's fine. I just don't want to hear it anymore. And then all of a sudden I felt like this relief. It was just like, okay, I don't have to even pretend anymore. And I looked at him and I said, that felt really good. I said, I think I've come to this must be a new menopause thing that I've discovered for me. I actually don't think I want to hear any of the crap anymore. But what worries me is now that I've discovered the freedom that comes with telling people I don't care what you're talking about, I'm now worried that I'm actually going to do it to somebody I don't know when they are just talking. I'm just going to very politely look at them and say, you can stop talking now because I don't care. This is really boring me to death, and I'm going to go find something else to do and someone else to talk to. Have a great day. And I'm just going to leave. I'm just going to walk away.
You might.
And that is probably one of the rudest things you could ever do.
No, I know. I don't know that it's rude. I think
it goes against everything that I think I've been taught to be polite.
It's uncommonly honest.
I think that's what
it
is.
You know who does that? And it's very much
smart people.
Accepted. British.
Well, then I'll be British.
The Brits are really quick to let you know you don't. Like they will stop
Just
you.
Stop
And they
talking.
do it with such I don't know. I guess you can call it respect, but the way they do it, you're not offended unless you're British. Now, if you're British, you might be offended. But they do it in a way that I think no one else understands that they're being snarky about it. They're like telling you to
Aaron,
shut
were you?
up.
You weren't. He wasn't offended. He was. Were you? Not at all. A little
Now,
sad.
let me ask you this. Did he receive it as you just don't want to hear about that situation anymore? Or
Yes.
did he receive it as you don't want to hear anything else about his hobby anymore?
A little of both, I think.
See, my
I think
husband
a
wouldn't
little
have
of
received
both.
it that way. He would have thought I just didn't want to hear about that situation, not the whole thing.
No, I made it very clear what parts I didn't want to hear anymore. There was no doubt about it. But the way I did it, I was very proud of myself. I was like, okay, that wasn't so bad. I didn't swear. I wasn't mean. I didn't yell. I just put my hand on his shoulder and basically told him to stop talking. I don't want to hear it. I'm not interested. I'm just not interested. And I'm tired of pretending that I am. And I don't want to do it anymore. And there was a relief. It was fantastic.
Yeah. I think I do that, but not the way you did it. You were very, very polite about it.
Yes. And I think that's where the relief came from, because it was like, okay, that wasn't so bad. I mean, I didn't offend him. He wasn't upset. Now, if I were to do that in public, if I was at a meeting or something, it may not go over well. I can't imagine being in a meeting and saying, okay, you know what? You need to just stop talking right now because I'm not interested. I'm bored. This is never going to happen, and I don't want to hear the sunshine that you are trying to blow up my ass right now. So I'm going to leave and cut this short.
So my way of saying all of that is, I'm good. Thanks, but I'm good. As soon as they start talking, I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm good.
Okay.
And then they're like, oh, okay. And then they walk off.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a colloquialism that we use.
Maybe.
But it seems to be kind of universal, because once it's said, they understand.
I think I've done that. I've done that before, but I don't think people receive it the way I want them to, because it seems to be a temporary thing where they're like, okay, but then they'll try again later at a different time. And I need that to stop. I need you to understand that when I say I'm not interested, I mean not now, not tomorrow, not later. Don't call me. Don't text me. Don't lose my number. We're done. Rena said, men talk like that all the exactly. They do, and they offend people, and then they wonder why they get people are offended. So maybe,
but do they offend each other?
No.
So the people that are being offended are us.
Brett, so this is why you give me that look when I start talking about, yes, Brett, you are next on my hit list. And when you start talking about football, that glazed look that I get on my face, I'm going to replace it with, Brett, stop talking. I am not interested in football. No, just no.
Brett. How many people on this list?
There's probably a few, and most of them are most likely men. I'm gonna say most
Okay.
of them are men.
Okay.
I maybe I should just do a list and post it somewhere. These are subjects Raquel is no longer interested in hearing anything about because she doesn't care. It was just so freeing. It's something that I've never done before, and because I always try.
Really listen to a lot of things that you don't want to hear.
I do, and I
don't.
think that's why, because
Okay.
I'm a good listener, and unfortunately, I think people are aware of that, so they feel the need to tell me, things that I'm just in my head. I go to a different place. I'm not even listening to what you're saying. I pretend I am, but I'm not listening.
Poor Brett.
A phrase uttered for most. Oh, well, that's not good.
Probably by women, though.
Well, that's not good either.
Probably by women.
So maybe that's what it is I just got to, that was my breaking point, was yesterday when it was like, you know what? I haven't sat down. I have been go. And in the meantime, I remember myself all week saying to my kids, every time I walked out the door, next time in my next life, I'm coming back as a man. I've had enough of this. This is bullshit. Because when we leave the house, and I don't know how it works when you leave the house or anyone else leaves the house, but here, when we leave the house, Aaron leaves the house first. And he just walks out the door and goes to the car and sits in the car. Half the time he doesn't tell me that's what he's done. So I'm politely waiting in the house for him to tell me that he's ready to go. But he's already in the car. And so it's me who's, putting the milk back in the fridge because I don't know if the kids are going to do it. And I don't want to leave the milk out on the counter. I'm making sure the cats have food. I go to the bathroom. I make sure I have coffee for me and for Aaron. And I'm doing all the little things before I leave the house. Aaron just puts his shoes on and walks out the door. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Next time I'm coming back as a man, because just once I would like to just walk out the door and
I started doing that.
And everybody else can figure it out once I'm gone.
Yeah, I started doing that. I started doing that probably since my mom passed. I have gotten to the point where I'm just like, I'm not going to do anything more than what pleases me to be done. Everybody around me is capable. They're capable. So there's no reason for me to keep, enabling them by doing it for them.
Yeah.
And as much as my older two, the young adults, may need my assistance, I am so hands off.
Yeah.
I am so hands off. And I'm to the point where with my middle son, I'm like, talk to your dad about it. Y'all work it out. You're going to have to work this out with someone other than me.
Right.
Because I'm not going to be involved. I'm not going to be a part of it. And I think that's hard for everyone to grasp.
Yeah.
But I'm not helping myself by constantly helping them.
No.
And I'm not helping them by constantly helping them, because they're not apparently learning anything.
It's
so
the
it's like,
same at my house. I definitely am coming back. I do all those things as well, though. But the thing is, at the end, before I leave the house, and you have to remember, I have OCD. So for some reason, I feel the need to clean the kitchen before I leave, because God help a burglar if they come into my house and my house is a mess. Because
that's like when I clean underwear just in case you get in an accident.
So it's self-inflicted. I understand that part. And I mean, as far as the kids go, they have their responsibilities. They do their thing, and I do leave them alone. This is on me. It's the little things that I do when it's my house. It's my mess. I clean it up. I do what I have to do, but I'm not cleaning up after them.
I am so looking forward to the day that everybody's out of my house.
Yeah.
2 down.
Yeah.
2 to go.
Yeah.
I think it's better for all of us.
Yeah.
That we're no longer in the same, under the same roof, because I think my older two wouldn't be able to find out who they are without me.
Yeah.
If they still lived here. If they still lived at home, they would still be living as the child in my house, not as an adult.
It's an odd transition, and it's not an easy one to do, because there is a balance of trying to figure out who you are now that they don't need you the same way as they did, and then
Yeah.
trying to stop yourself from doing all the things that you used to do for them, which I do try really hard not to, and I think it's starting to irritate the kids because they're like, what do you mean? Like, they'll say something to me and I'll do the same thing. I'll either say, go ask your dad. I have no idea. I don't know. Or they'll come in and say, what's for dinner? I don't know. What are you eating? Like, I don't know what you're doing. Why are you asking me?
What are you gonna cook? What are you gonna cook? I should be asking you what's for dinner.
You know, or, you know, it's 10 o'clock at night and someone's in my kitchen cooking and I'm like, this is not okay. I closed the kitchen at like 7 o'clock. Well, you didn't say anything and I didn't know. I thought you were going to be making me dinner. I'm like, oh, surprise. It's like 10 o'clock. Why would I be making you dinner at 10 o'clock? Surprise. Or they get irritated if Aaron and I walk in the door and, you know, we've got takeout or something. And they're like, oh, is this what we're having for dinner? And Aaron and I are like, well, this is what we're having for dinner. I don't know what you're having. And then the look on their face is like, oh, you didn't ask us. I'm like, no, we didn't. I didn't think we had to. Like, what?
How does that make you feel?
Actually pretty good. And it's very enlightening when Aaron and I leave the house and they're like, where are you going? What are you doing? I don't know. We're leaving. See ya. And then we just close the door. Like, you don't need to know everything that we're doing, everywhere we're going, and every minute of every day. Because if you didn't live here, you wouldn't know that.
Right.
So it's a weird balance. And I'm just hoping that something's going to happen and the economy will get better in a couple of years and they can carry on, because right now I don't know what it's like where you are, but here in Vegas there's no way they can. I mean, the rent has gone through the freaking roof.
Everything here is super high. That's one reason why I keep telling my husband we're not going to sell our properties, because if they have to, once they get out of college, if they don't find careers where they can pay rent somewhere, they still aren't coming back to my house.
So you have property they can put a tent on?
Listen.
Yeah, I hear you.
You can go stay in a rental property. You can go stay in a rental property, and I will make it so that the rent is something that you can actually afford.
Yeah.
But you still will pay rent. You will still pay the electricity for that dwelling. You will still pay the water and all that stuff. And you're going to be renting from me at the end of the day, but you're not coming back here, because I would feel like I would be re-raising my kids all over again. I feel like I wouldn't be able to make that separation of they're adults and not my kids. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. I think I have a problem with that now. Like when Aaron comes home for the holidays or for the summer, I am mothering him.
Oh,
even though I don't want to. Even though I'm telling myself, don't do that. But I will wake him up. Aaron, you got to get up. Aaron, did you do this? Aaron, did you do that? I'm doing his checks and balances for him.
Okay, yeah. See, I don't do that. If you sleep through something you shouldn't have, then that's on you. It's
autopilot for me.
Yeah.
So it's better for me if they're not in my vicinity, so I don't automatically do that for them.
Right.
And now with Ryan and Lauren, like Ryan missed the soccer game Saturday. He missed his soccer game. He overslept.
Uh-oh. And you didn't wake him up?
No. I don't play soccer.
But he's little.
He's 10.
That's still little.
No. I don't play soccer. I didn't join the team. I am officially the Uber driver.
Okay.
That's it. I am your transportation. You're to let me know when it's time for you to go.
Okay.
I'm not letting you know when it's time for you to go.
Okay.
It's different. I didn't do that before with the older two, but I
Okay.
see how not making them responsible at a young age
Right.
has now made it harder for them to be responsible at the ages that they are.
Okay.
Because they're not like us. They don't have that drive and that initiative that we grew up with.
No.
But we are Gen X. We were latchkey kids.
Yeah.
We had to survive.
Yeah.
We didn't have cell phones to walk home with when we were coming home from school. Like, if you made it home, you were a survivor. Because it's like anything
Right.
could happen between the school bus stop or even the school itself if you're a walker
Yep.
to your house.
Yep.
So they didn't have that. I drove them to school.
Hey, I had to chase bears when I was walking home, and that's not a
Look at
lie.
you.
That's not
Look
a
at
lie.
you.
There were bears that came out of the forest all the time,
See?
especially in the springtime when they were just waking up, and they'd stand up and they'd "Grr." And
Girl.
we would run after them because we were stupid, and we
Y'all playing the bear game.
yeah we played chicken with the bears. So I mean. I figure with my kids, if they didn't have to do that, then they're winning.
They're winning. But the problem is they don't even know they're winning.
No.
They really think the stuff that we tell them is old wives' tales or we're just exaggerating and,
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you don't understand how good you guys have it.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, what would my mother do? So what would my mom do? And my mother...
My mother would go play tennis and have a freaking one of those, what are the things that James
A
Bond
margarita?
No, a martini.
Mm.
Oh yeah, she'd go play tennis and have a martini.
I would not be able to do half the stuff that my children were permitted to do. So at this point, the second go round, they're gonna
See, I raised my kids as a Gen X mom, so my kids are probably
thought I did.
my kids are probably a little more messed up than some other people's kids who had younger moms. I don't know.
No, I think I thought I was raising my kids as a Gen X mom, but apparently I didn't understand what that meant. I should have been raising my kids as what was our parents? They were boomers, right?
Yeah.
I should have been raising my kids.
Mine
as a boomer parent.
mine were the generation before that. So I think yours were too. Yours weren't boomers because they were
What were
around
they?
I think they call it the greatest generation. My dad
Oh,
was
that-
born
Great
in
Depression?
Yep, my mom was born in 42, my dad was born in 38.
That makes sense. My mom and dad was 33 and 37.
Boomers would be in their
The
70s
50s.
right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so yours
So,
were
yeah.
the same generation as mine.
Yeah.
The children should be seen and not heard kind of generation. Yes.
Yes.
That was
Yes.
that's how I was. So if you ask me what my mother would do, I mean, my mom was there for us. I mean, they did their job, but it was
Silent generation.
the silent generation. It was better than what they had been raised with, but still the whole children should be seen and not heard. Mind your manners, please and thank you. And then after us were the Dr. Spock kids. That was after us. And that was some of the boomers that did that. Dr. Spock was the child psychologist who came up with the whole don't never say no to your children because you'll stifle their creativity. He was the one who started that bullshit.
I was thinking, I know of that Dr. Spock,
Yeah.
but for some reason he was not in my head when you kept saying, and I was like,
You thought
I'm
of the one from
thinking
Star Trek?
Star Trek.
No, this was the
And I
child
was like, what
psychologist
does
that
Dr. Spock used to say?
never say no to your child because you'll stifle their creativity, and children need to be able to express themselves. Well, I didn't raise my kids that way.
I had a parent like that. When I
Yeah.
was teaching, I had a parent who, that little lady used to get on my last nerve, okay? Her husband was a lieutenant or something. and I was teaching on base.
Okay.
And so you get all the officers' kids, right?
Yep.
And they're supposed to be treated differently
Oh.
than the non-officer kids. That the hierarchy, right? Is
Okay.
supposed to also, I don't know. Let me say this. According to the parents, the hierarchy is to transfer into the classroom as well, not according to the principals or the directors of the schools. So
Okay.
let me just say that.
Okay.
But the parents had this air about them. And this
Okay.
one parent, she came in and she told my assistant that, I understand that you told my daughter no.
Uh-oh.
And she says, well, yeah, she was poking another child with a pencil. And I told her to stop it. No, we don't do that.
Right.
I don't tell my daughter no.
So she's allowed to just keep poking at people. Okay.
I redirect her and ask her to do something else.
Yeah. I don't have
And
those
so
kids.
that was not the teaching style, right? And so she really wanted to change the teaching style. And of course, at that point, she had to ask for a conference with me.
Oh. Oh.
I am not the person to have a conference with.
Mm.
I listened to her, though. I let her get it all out. And when she was done, I said, well, you know what? This was very educational. Thank you so much for giving me your perspective on child rearing.
Bless your
However,
heart.
I'm not here to raise your child.
Bless your
I'm
heart.
here to teach a class. So, unfortunately, if you don't want me to tell her no, then you need to teach her not to do things that require me to say no. And that was it. That's all you're going to say?
That's very
That's
polite.
all you're going to
That's
do?
very polite.
She tried to have me fired.
Oh, yeah. See, that's very polite of you. I remember a time when Tegan was bullied at school, and when I dropped her off, this is exactly what I said to the principal when I went in to see the principal. We went around the back of the school to pick her up, and the look on her face before we even stopped the car, I knew this was not the same kid that I dropped off in the morning. Something happened. So I opened the door. I said, Tegan, get in the car. She got in the car, and we around the front, and I got out and I slammed the door. I just went straight for the principal's office. Now, I had 4 kids in the school, so I'm like, okay, here we go. You want to play with me? I will play. I walked in, and the secretary was like, Miss Zelikis? I'm like, nope. Is she in? And she said, well, yes, but she's probably on the phone. Don't care. I'll wait. And I walked straight into the principal's office, and I sat down in the chair, and she looks at me and she says, hello, Mrs. Zelikis. How are you? I said, I'm a little pissed. And she's like, what's going on? And I said, well, I dropped off one kid this morning, and when I picked her up, she is not the same kid. So I'd like to know what exactly happened today and who did it. Who broke my kid? And she's like, what do you mean? And I said, did you not understand what I said? I was very clear. Who broke my kid? And I was looking her dead in the eye, and Aaron was with it. He's just standing behind me, just standing there. She's like, I don't understand, but you need to calm down. And I said, no, I'm perfectly calm right now. Tell me who broke my kid. This is supposed to be a non-bully school. And she said, it is. Bullshit. Excuse me, Mrs. Zelikis? You heard me. There is no way this is a no-bully school. If I drop off my daughter in the morning and when I pick her up, she's a different kid. Tell me who broke my kid. What happened? I don't know what happened. Well, then how do you know that something happened? Because I'm a mother and I know my kid. It turns out that was the day that there were a group of girls in gym class that cornered Tegan. While there was a teacher in the gym, they cornered Tegan and they gave her a list of all the things that they wanted her to do, to conform, to change, to be, so that she could be part of their little friend group. And Tegan stood up to them and said, I don't want to do any of these things. I don't agree with these things and I don't want to do it. And so then they just kept going at her until she was in tears and left gym class. I found that out while I was sitting there because Tegan came in and I asked her and Tegan told me. And I said, okay, where's the teacher? And where are the girls? And the principal actually defended the girls. And I found out why. I found out that the principal is best friends with the mothers of these girls. Now, because I wasn't part of the mommy club, because I've never been part of the mommy club, I don't do the mommy club, I didn't know I know who these women were, but I didn't, I wasn't friends with any of them or anything. And I said, okay, so you have their address because I know that you know these women. And she said, I do know these women and I am not giving you their address. And I said, well, that's fine because social media will help me find them very quickly. And maybe I will go over to their house and I will have a chat with them myself because it doesn't seem like you're going to do anything. She said, no, I'll talk to them. Nothing happened. Nothing happened at all. There was no suspensions, no nothing. And yet she talked to the gym teacher and the gym teacher said, yeah, I did see them all in a corner, but I mean, it was gym class. I thought they were playing. They weren't playing. They were abusing my daughter because she had come out to one of them and they didn't like it because of what their mommies have told them, and they were telling her what she should do or they wouldn't be friends with her anymore, and they were not doing it in a very nice way. But nobody did anything. So congratulations, because you were a lot nicer to your little lady that came in to talk to you than I ever would have been, because had I been one of the teachers, well, God bless. Because damn.
I have my moments. I have my moments when I am not nice. But it's not good. Like,
now, see, I did manage to keep it all together, but I was not backing down. It was like, just tell me who. Like, I was ready to go to that little girl's house and say, you, come here. I want to talk to you. Yeah. I don't care if you're only 12. I don't care, because you seem to think that you're old enough to behave like a grown-up and bully other people. Well, you want to bully someone, come over here. Come bully me.
Yeah, I've had some of those moments. I've had moments where I have, like, ran down a school bus and parked in front of the bus so it couldn't go any further.
Oh no.
Because she let my kid off on a busy street that was not his bus stop. It wasn't his bus stop. His bus stop was like right down the street from our house, a couple of doors down. She let him off. We live in the very back of the neighborhood. She let him off at the very front of the neighborhood. She didn't even come into the neighborhood. She stopped on the main street and told everybody to get off.
Oh.
Because she had somewhere to be.
Oh, well, I mean.
And so I saw him walking home, and I'm like, where are you coming from? Bus? What bus stop did you get off at? Oh, she let us off at the front of the neighborhood. Who is she? I was like, you know what? Don't even worry about it. Tell me while I'm in the car.
See, it happens. Every once in a while, we do have to do what we have to do. And And it's not premeditated. It's not premeditated. No. It's instinct. It's, you did this. Sometimes explain why.
You have to, sometimes you have to nip things in the bud and just get it done and over with immediately, rather than waiting till the next day and making an appointment and trying to pull people together. I knew she was driving the bus. I knew what neighborhood she had to go to next. I went and found the freaking bus. And let me tell you, because I was a PTA president at that time at the school, when I pulled up and I pulled in front of the bus, I could hear the children on the bus saying, "Ooh, that's Miss
Ooh.
Dula. Oh my gosh, that's Miss Dula. She's mad. Da 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 da." And I told she was like, "Ma'am, you can't park." I said, "No, no, 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 no. That's the least of your worries. Is where I'm parking. That ain't even a problem for you right now. I am the problem for you right now. Because why you let my child off on the boulevard?
Wow.
Like, what are we doing right now?"
How old was he?
He was still in elementary school, probably fourth grade, so maybe
God.
10 or 11, I guess. Yeah. And it's one of those things where that's one of the reasons why I ended up eventually pulling my kids out of public school, because my temperament wasn't a good fit for the school system.
Yeah, no, mine wasn't. I pulled mine out at that point too. That was the day I decided to pull Tegan and the rest and the boys out of public school, and we switched.
Yeah, it's like
and now I have more respect for you because you did it the hard way. I put them in. I just transferred them into private school. You took them home and you took on everything.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to do that. No.
I just feel I didn't have the temperament then, and I definitely don't have it now. And I'm very, very particular about who has influence over my kids.
Yeah.
And the way the schools are now, girl, please.
Oh, I know.
Please.
Well, I mean, we're already talking. The twins graduated 6 years ago now. Tegan 7 years, Rory 3 years ago. So it's been a minute.
I remember when the twins graduated. It's been that long.
It's been yeah, I know.
Oh,
but here's the thing. Now, the way I did it when I transferred them was on the first day of school, I would always, and I don't know if I've ever told you this before, but I would always take a bottle of wine, a couple bottles of wine, into the secretaries on the first day of school, because I'm not dumb, and I know that my kids, especially the two that look the same, they get into some shenanigans. And over the course of the year, there would be phone calls to me, and I and I knew how much they hated doing that. And there was quite a few times when these poor girls, they would not know which one of my twins what it was that was sick. Like, I remember many times when I would get a phone call saying, "Hi, Mrs. Ellicus, I just got all of the roll call back for all of the attendance, and I see that Sasha is not in class. Is he home with you?" And I would be on the phone. I'd be like, "No, he is not here with me. He should be there with you. Where is Sasha?" And they're like, "Hang on a minute." And that was when I'm like, okay, the bottle of wine's kicking in now, because I know that she is horribly embarrassed, because now she just realized that it's Sasha that is in that classroom and Delaney is the one who is home with me. They got them mixed up.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. That child, whichever one it was, should have said something.
Right.
Because he knew when attendance was being called that they got the wrong kid. Mm-hmm. And he didn't say anything. So then not only is the poor secretary embarrassed, but now I'm both embarrassed and angry at the same time, because I'm like, I'm so sorry. I have to apologize for my son. And then when I pick him up, I have to get mad at him, because even though I think it's funny, I have to be a parent, and I don't like having to get mad when I think it's funny, because it is funny, and I shouldn't have to get mad at you, but you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Yeah. It's not okay.
It's not okay. So that was why every year I would have to bring multiple bottles of wine And I would just apologize in advance. This is for like the next 3 months. I'll bring another one later. This is shared amongst yourselves. There's like a half a dozen bottles here. Just this is to cover my ass. There will be times when I won't make it on time, and they would always forgive me, because if you give them wine, they forgive a multitude of sins.
I never thought of that.
That's how I got through. That's how I got through their high school years.
That's a good one. I never thought of that. My goodness.
Yeah, always
I
give
don't
them
know
stuff.
how I'm going to get through these two.
They've
Going
gone
through
back to
these.
school, yeah?
No, I don't
Are they at
know.
home still, or
Yeah.
because you
They're
were
still
thinking of
homeschooled.
putting them in school?
I have been thinking about it. I haven't found a school close enough
Okay.
that you're not going to be late every day, like
Yeah.
close enough for me to drive them to, and that has a good reputation. The schools here, even the private schools here, they're sketchy.
Yeah,
They're
see, we were
sketchy.
driving for the first few years. Because they had two different schools that were one, but they had two different campuses. So we had 3 at one school and 1 at the other, and they started at different times.
I remember that.
And we lived, and unfortunately, the house that we were living in before we had our final house was a temporary house, and it was way the hell out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, that wasn't when you was in Vegas.
No, this was when we were in Texas, and the house we were in, we were only in it for a year while we were looking for a permanent house to be in. And that was about a 45-minute drive, and that's not with traffic.
From school to school?
From our house to one school. So we would have to trying to wrestle 4 teenage kids in and get them into the car on time so you can get them to class when you want them to is not an easy thing to do. And Rory so I had to get 3 to that school, and then Rory was in his final year of elementary, and the attendance lady there was such a bitch. And this is when I started bringing wine to the high school, because the one in the elementary school, she actually said to me, she called me into her office. She said, after you drop Rory off, could you come into my office? I'd like to talk to you. I'm like, fuck. Okay, yeah, I have a minute. Like, I don't have much time, but I have a minute. She actually sat there, and this girl, when I say girl, she was like 12. I'm not kidding. I think she only just graduated. So maybe 18. This kid was sitting there telling me that maybe, Mrs. Ellicus, you should think about getting up earlier in the morning if you're having such a hard time getting your kids here, getting your kids to school when they're supposed to be there. Because it's in the handbook. And she'd hold up this stupid handbook. It's in the handbook. And I looked at her and I said, you know what? I've read that handbook. And I have a few places you can put that handbook. The reason I was late was I was in the hospital that particular time. I'd been in the CCU. Like, I was almost dead, bitch. I am not coming in. I am sorry I'm late. I just spent the last week in the ICU, and my husband was trying to do everything that I normally do. I did call in advance when I went into the hospital, and I did talk to somebody here, and I told them that this was going to be an issue because I'm not the one doing all of this. And when I do eventually get to the point where I can take the kids to school again, I am not going to be 100% for quite a while. So you are going to have to work with me. I asked you that. I said, can you please work with me? And I will work with you. I will do my best. And you're now sitting here telling me that you think I should get up earlier in the morning. You know what? They are all here. They are all wearing pants. They all have shoes on. And they are all here. And they were only 2 minutes late. 2 minutes.
Oh, that's oh my
2
gosh. I thought you
minutes.
were like,
And I
thought she
did
was
leave
complaining
on
about 30
I
minutes or
did
something.
leave on time, and you know what? I apologize for the fucking ducks that were crossing the
The
road
road. Yes.
that stopped me from getting my kids here. Next time I will drive over them so that you won't have to mark that little checkbox and you won't have to try and find the handbook to give me. Or here's an idea. How about you come to my house tomorrow morning and you get them up and you get them dressed and you get them to school on time, and I'll time you and see how well you do. How about that? She didn't think that was funny. And she's like, I don't think it's a good idea if you drop the kids off anymore. And I said, you know what? I don't think it is either. So I wasn't allowed back in the school after that. And Aaron was not allowed in, I think, like 2 weeks later. He was told he wasn't allowed in the school either. She was horrible. She was horrible. This girl, she ended up losing her job. And we did talk to the people at the other campus, and they said that there was a reason that she'd been transferred over to that campus because nobody wanted to work with her and she didn't know what she was doing. So I said, well, that's okay. I'm not allowed over there anymore. Here's a bottle of wine for you. But this chick was so horrible and so judgmental, and she didn't have kids. She wasn't married. She didn't have kids. They like nothing.
Yeah.
She just was one of those holier than thou. I'm sitting here behind the desk and I have my own office. I'm not sure how she got it. I don't care how she got her job. Yeah, I know. I don't care how she got it, but it just...
I had to actually make a request that my kids weren't put in a class with a teacher that had never been married and didn't have kids.
Really?
I had such a bad experience the first
I didn't know you
couple
could
years.
do that. Oh, I wish I would have thought
honey,
of that.
I made all kinds of requests. Yeah, you can. You can
Okay.
request it.
I didn't know that.
But I was like, because, my oldest one, he had a couple of teachers that were like that. And just like you said, they were just talking out the side of their neck.
Yeah.
They didn't know what they were talking about. They didn't understand. They didn't live enough life to speak on the
Right?
subject they were speaking on.
Yeah.
Like, girl. Because honestly, I'm going to call you girl because you're not a ma'am. You're not
She
a
was
woman.
12.
Yeah. I was like, girl, because really, how are you even coming to me telling me anything about a subject you know nothing about?
Yep.
She was trying to explain to me what my husband needed to do and say to evoke certain behaviors out of my son.
Excuse me.
And as a wife,
Oh,
I needed to support whatever he said.
oh. Okay.
I said, girl, you got me fucked up. You got me fucked up, okay?
I would have been sitting there going, okay, please explain.
No.
I don't
didn't-
understand.
He caught me on a really bad moment. No.
Well,
no.
see, I was going through perimenopause
Oh, I was not.
when this all went down, so it didn't go well. That's one of the reasons
I was not. I was just being regular old me. And I
Okay.
was like, no. She was like, Miss Dula, I don't think you should speak that way. You are the PTA president. I said, girl, I'm taking that hat off right now because we're going to have a real conversation. No, forget that. I'm not Jaden's mom. I am not a parent in the school right at this moment.
I
I'm
can't believe
definitely
she
not the
actually told
PTA
you that.
president. You and I about to have a woman-to-woman conversation because what the fuck?
A definite come to Jesus meeting.
Girl.
Absolutely. Wow.
One of the other PTA parents, she was like, I heard you down the hall. So I knew I need to come down here and rescue whoever it was you were talking to. I was like, the audacity of it
Yep.
all. And I went to the principal myself. I was like, look at here. One of your teachers is crying. She may need to go home for the rest of the day. It's all on me. I did it.
I am not
Don't know how you wanna
apologizing.
handle it. But don't you ever put my son, any of my children that come through this school, as long as you're the principal, in a teacher's classroom that doesn't have any children, nor has never been married.
I can't believe she actually told you how to be a wife and that your husband should. Yeah, that wouldn't have gone over very
So
well with me either.
in other words, like I guess she was frustrated because she really just got tired of me responding to her notes and things that she was sending home. I think she really wanted my husband to respond because I think she felt like she would get more from him. But what people don't understand is that I'm the good cop.
Yeah.
I'm the good cop. Don't let the fact that my husband is a very, very holy man make you think that he wasn't hood first.
Mm-hmm.
Because he can lay you out without ever cursing, not one curse word. He can make you feel this big.
Yeah.
Well, ever, and he doesn't even have to raise his voice.
Yeah.
He's not the one you want to come into the school.
Oh no, they always wanted Aaron. They didn't want me. Like if the teacher saw me coming in, they're like, "Oh shit, damn it," and I'd be like,
Listen,
"Hello,
The one
I'm
time,
here."
no, my husband had to go to the school twice. Once for Jaden, and then once for Aaron. After both of those experiences, everyone understood why he was not to be called.
Okay.
They understood. And the principals and the teachers was like, we get it, Miss Dula. Because when they would see him come to like the little, the Christmas program or the spring program, he was like, himself, like, hey, how y'all doing? Da, da. And they were like, oh, he's so sweet. He's so nice. He's so da-da-da-da. And I'm like, just don't get him twisted. Just don't get him twisted. You'll be okay. And girl, the 2 times he had to show up to that school, that was it.
Wow.
That was it. And you have to understand, my ex-husband also had to show up for my older son.
Okay.
I think they thought that my husband was going to be like my ex.
Okay.
They are not the same.
Okay.
Not even in the same atmosphere.
No.
No. Nobody wants to mess with Dula. Just let him be. Just keep him nice and happy and let him, preach on Sunday, and everybody will be fine. Because outside of that, it's just not pretty. It's not pretty at all.
I don't think I ever saw Aaron get upset. He always let me do it. Or maybe it's just he let me do it. He didn't want to. No, he doesn't. Aaron doesn't like confrontation. Me, I'm like, let me. Okay, I'll do it. Let me do it.
That means that Aaron knows if it gets to a point where he has to confront a situation, it's not going to go well.
I will agree with that. If there is a point where he gets angry, now even our kids will say the same thing. They're used to me getting angry. I can yell at them. I can rant, I can raise my voice, I can yell, and nobody's bursting into tears, nobody's scared. They're just like, okay, mom's not happy. Okay, fine. I'll do what you want me to do. Cool. If Aaron does it, if Aaron raises his voice and yells, everybody's crying. Like everyone in the house is like, we all do get scared because we don't know what the hell is happening. What is happening?
That's
and he actually can be very scary when he's really angry, and it's just like, oh, okay, Aaron, you need to calm down. I will deal with it. You calm down. I will deal. And if you are asking me to deal with it because he's that bad and that I have to be the one to calm everybody down.
Yeah. That's a problem, right?
It's
That's
like
the
I'm
problem, right?
I'm the best of two evils right now. You're gonna have to deal with me. This
Absolutely.
is not good. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's.
And you know what? I even use that sometimes. I'm like, I'll ask him, why don't you tell the kids to do XYZ? Because I am tired of saying it.
Yeah.
And he looks at me, he's like, I don't understand why you have such a hard time getting the kids to do stuff. Well, that's a good question, but it's not a question for me. It's a question for them. You need to ask them why they have a hard time doing what I'm telling them to do.
That's how it works in our house too. Like I can only get to here. You don't want me to go past here. And if I'm doing that, if I'm pacing in the kitchen and I'm talking to myself and I'm just getting more and more irritated, then you need to step in. You need to tag in and go and deal with them. They are your children too. And I don't want to do this anymore. I want my blood pressure down. I'm not doing this. They are not listening to me. They're irritating and I'm going to lose my mind in a minute.
When I grab the keys and the purse and I'm out the door and you don't know where I'm going or if or when I'm coming back.
Yeah.
That's when things get done. Oh, I have done that. I have gotten I didn't pack a bag or nothing. I keep a bag in the car, but I didn't pack a bag or anything. I grabbed my keys, grabbed my purse, and I went and got a hotel room and stayed the rest of the weekend.
Really? Well, I've never done that.
Didn't
I've
call.
left, but it's
I
very
didn't
rare
call. I
because I'm a
didn't pick up the
fighter.
phone.
So,
I didn't pick up the phone, didn't call nobody, nothing. I stayed gone for 2 days.
wow.
And when I decided to resurface, I felt a lot better. That's how pissed I was.
Wow.
I was like, okay, you know what? This is not going to turn out well for it. We're going to have some charges. Well, let me just leave, okay? I need a moment. And the crazy part was, he knew that I was just having a moment. It's not like he thought, oh, something's happened to her or, you know, da-da-da. He never thought that. I think he just knew that I was on that explosive side and was like, just going to let her. He was shocked, though. I was gone for 2 days.
Wow.
But he still didn't think, you know, it was like I was in a bad situation. He didn't think anything happened to me or anything like that. But still, I was like, yep, I left.
No, that's when usually Aaron he'll start making phone calls to hotels in Laughlin, or I'm if it's really bad, then I'm going to Big Bear. He knows. Like, she just needs to go. She needs to get out. I just need a minute.
I have a GPS on my car. I think he had a low jack on the car. Maybe he knew where I was.
Maybe.
And didn't. And
see, now
like, okay.
people have made comments about this. I have on my phone the 360 app. Okay, I don't know if you know what that is. Life 360.
I do.
This one. Now, Aaron is on here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also on here. Mm-hmm. I didn't put him on there because I need to track him and I want to know where he is every minute because I don't trust him. He's on there because of traffic, because the world is a little crazy right now. And if he calls me and says, I'm going to be home in a few minutes, do you need anything? I know what store he's near. That's the only reason. Because then I don't have to worry about that. We don't have to go back and forth saying, okay, can you get this and this and this? And he says, well, I'm not near that store. I don't have to waste my time with that. I don't like doing that. So now I can just click on it and say, okay, he's near Smith's, or he's near the Walmarts, or he's near this store or this store. Can you just run in and grab that for me? Thank you. Or if he's super late because he's been working late, and I hear that I hear sirens and lights and everything. I just want to know that he's okay. I check it. He's okay. I don't have to call him. I don't have to worry about it. I can go to sleep, or I can just carry on doing what I'm doing. I don't have this on my phone so I can keep tabs on my husband.
Right. So that you're tracking.
Because I've had that discussion
Is that an
with
iPhone?
people. Yeah. This one.
So why don't you just use the share my?
Because he has an Android.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
how does that work?
He constantly complains about it.
I mean, like, so we were once Android people. When we first got rid of our Blackberries, we went
Okay.
to Android because we
Okay.
didn't know anything much about Apple. But then over the years, some kind of way, maybe 10 years ago, we transferred over to Apple. And so now we're everything Apple. Everybody has an Apple phone. That was like
Okay.
whenever the kids were ready to get a phone, they had to get an Apple phone so we can all stay connected. But I couldn't imagine being in everybody not having the same type of phone. Like,
No, Tegan's got a flip. I don't know. What's Tegan's phone, Aaron? Aaron, hi.
is he asleep?
No, he's on his phone. What's
Oh.
Tegan's phone? What kind?
It's Edge Fold.
It's an Edge.
Samsung Edge.
Samsung. Hers is Samsung, so it's the Edge Fold.
Is that Android?
Is Samsung Android?
It's Edge Fold, Android.
Android, yeah. So Tegan and
Okay.
Aaron are both, but in her case, she's always had an iPhone, but this one is a flip. It's
Yeah.
it's one of the new ones, and
Yeah.
I think she just likes to be able to. She's
Yeah.
got anger issues where she just likes. If she could hang up on people, she would slam
those
that
were the
phone
days.
down. But now
those
she
were
can
days.
just shut the phone and yeah. Aaron's is that one that goes like this.
Oh, I like that too. I've seen
He's
those.
always complaining about it. It overheats in
Why?
the summertime, and then
Oh.
it stops working properly. And in the desert, you don't really need your phone overheating because it's
No.
too hot. And I think we're all upgrading to new iPhones pretty soon.
Well, how did you end up with an iPhone and they were both?
I hate Android. I like
Oh.
the iPhone because of my OCD, mostly. Everything is exactly where I want it. If I get a new
Yeah.
phone, I don't have to learn anything.
Yeah,
Everything,
that's me.
and I like the pictures because then I don't have to think.
too.
I don't want to think when I use my phone. I just want to use my phone. So I'm that person where if it's too complicated, I'll throw it at
Yeah.
you and say I don't want it. I don't care
Yeah,
how much
that's
you
me.
paid for it. I really don't care how much you
No.
paid for it, so you can stop telling me how much you paid for it. I don't care. Take it back. I don't want it. It's too difficult. I am too old to learn how to do any of this stuff now. I don't
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah.
And then the kids
I
are like,
actually-
"Well, I can teach you, Mom. I
No,
can
I don't
help
want to
you."
learn.
No,
I don't want to learn. I don't want to learn.
I have an entire IT department in my house. So usually if there is something that I don't know how to do, I simply knock on somebody's door and I hand them my phone and say, "Could you fix this for me, please? I don't know how to
Right.
do it."
Yeah.
Well, I can show you. I don't want you to show me.
Don't show me. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. Yeah.
Well, you know you could get Dad to do that. I don't know. I feed you. You live in my house. Fix
Right.
my phone.
Right,
Thank you.
right. I am. You know, it's so weird because my oldest son is very much into building websites and doing things on the computer and all that stuff.
Okay.
And I cannot get him to build my website for me. I've been trying for a few years. And he's always like, "Mom, I don't know what you want. Mom, I don't know." I'm like, is this like, what? Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had to get a HP computer.
Okay.
All of my computers are Apple.
Right.
All of them.
Okay.
Well, I had to get HP because my team are on Google Meets and Team Meets and all these other meets.
Okay.
And I have a difficult time with it on my Mac.
Okay.
And on the HP, it's all kind of like really user friendly with that kind of stuff. So I ended up having to get an HP just so I can have my meetings with different clients and
Right.
team meetings and stuff like that, because they were having trouble receiving things from me because I'm sending it through Apple.
Okay.
And then I was having trouble opening things from them because it wasn't Apple. It was weird. And I thought it was something that should have been able to be fixed, but again, IT. And they were like, it'd just be so much easier because we would have to do this software and change this and da 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 da. So it'd just be easier if you just got an HP for work.
Aaron, how do
So
you do your meetings with your Mac?
What do you mean? Zoom?
Well, Lynn said she has trouble having meetings with different people who don't have a Mac. So she had to go out and buy a new computer.
Zoom
Yeah.
or Google Meets?
so now I have
So
three.
he uses Google Meets on his Mac.
I have it on my Mac. Yeah, I have Google on my Apple computer and on my Surface Pro.
Or Zoom.
But the problem was what I have on mine and what they could see on theirs weren't one and the same for some reason.
She said people
They're
can't
like-
see it on theirs.
It was like certain things they weren't getting. They were like, "No, we don't
said
see
he never
that.
had
We
that
don't have
problem."
that icon. We don't have this. We don't have that." And I was like,
Yeah,
it's
see, he says
Google.
he's never had that problem. See, like I said, I got an IT department here, so they did something. I don't know. Aaron's never had that problem. But you don't have an
Well-
IT department, so.
I was just like, you know what? Forget it. I just got tired of them telling me I couldn't open that document or I couldn't do this. And then I was having issues too because they would send me things and I wasn't able to open it. But I usually
I
get that on
do
my
I do
phone.
know what you're talking about with that because I've had the same problem. And now we usually, if people say they're having that issue, then we use WhatsApp. And it seems to work really well.
I've had WhatsApp for some years,
I don't know how to use it.
but I've never really been a big user. I got it back in 2019, I guess, because my nieces live in Africa.
Right.
And the only way that they could call me was through WhatsApp. So they introduced me to WhatsApp. They was like, Auntie, you have to get WhatsApp so we can talk. And I'm like, whatever. So that was before WhatsApp became a real communication tool. They were just a phone line
Yeah.
at that time.
That's
And all you could
that's
do
what
was
I have
call.
for my family too.
Yeah. Well,
And-
now it's an actual communication thing where you
I
can,
didn't know that either.
yeah,
But
you can
apparently
send
it's
text
it's
messages.
really good for documents and for things if you're sending videos or documents
Yeah.
or photos or something that are too big that you can't send, or if you have a computer that's not compatible with the person
Yeah.
you're sending it to, instead of sending an email or whatever it is, that's apparently what you do.
Yeah, and
That's
lot
all
of,
I
like,
know.
The kids' teams, they use it to communicate. Like instead
Yeah.
of text messaging, they use that instead of like Band app or any of those other apps. They use WhatsApp,
Yeah.
and now you can even do some shopping on WhatsApp.
Yeah, I know.
I'm always getting these notifications about new stores and stuff. that's
Yeah,
being
it's
added,
kind of
and you
like
can
Lemonade.
shop.
I
I had to let Lemonade go because it was introduced to me as another form of Pinterest.
That's what I thought too, but
But when
now
I
it's
got there, I was like,
turning into another kind of, it's associated with TikTok, and now it's a cross between Pinterest and sort of Instagram and Facebook all combined.
yeah.
But I don't
That's
know.
confusing.
I'm still like,
I don't know how to
okay,
work it.
it's too much. It's too
Yeah.
much. But I get notifications now telling me that this person is following you on Lemonade. My question is why is it all on you? Well, that's true. They could upgrade their software instead of buying a whole new computer. Yeah, that's what I
Well-
thought too.
It's all on me because of the type of work that I do. So I have different clients that already have their own established stuff. So it's one of those situations where do you lose a contract because you're not willing to do what's necessary for you guys to have better communication?
Right.
Or do you just go ahead and do what you have to do so that y'all can get the communication, through?
Right.
And so that's why it was just easier for me to just buy a tablet And I don't have like the big computer HP. No, I just have a tablet that allows me to go back and forth and
What's your
open up
tablet? A
different things.
Samsung? Android or
Um,
something? Because mine, I have that
I
too.
don't know.
You don't know what it is?
I don't know. It's an HP.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it is. But girl, ask. I don't know about that kind of stuff.
I don't know.
My niece bought it. She was like,
Don't know.
Auntie, this is what you need. I'm gonna order it for you. I was like,
See,
"Okay,
now
thank you."
this is where normally I would, Aaron does that and I would listen. But not anymore. Now I'm just, when he
I don't
starts
care
doing
what
that.
it is, as long as it
Yeah.
does what I need it to do.
I actually said that to somebody in one of the stores that we were at. They started telling me what I needed and what I should be doing, and I had this blank look on my face.
Yeah.
And I just looked at him and I said, I can go get my husband because I really don't care. So I'll be back in a minute. And he's like, okay. For clients, I understand. I thought it was just for your team.
It's a little bit of both because a lot of my team members, so it's the majority of them are either Android people or HP people and stuff like that. I'm the only one that has Mac computers.
Oh.
The only one. Everybody else, one of the other girls has an Apple tablet.
Okay.
But the majority of them, they don't have that. So because the majority, I'm not paying for them to get new computers. Let me just clear that up. I'm not
Right.
going to do that. And since they already had it, it was just easier for me to do it. I don't mind conforming in that way. It's not like I don't know how to work an HP. I do. But still, it's the idea that a lot of things don't translate to Mac. So a lot of the apps that I would be using on an HP, I can't even get them on a Mac. But that's still the same for my Surface Pro and my phone.
Okay.
I have apps on my phone and on my Surface Pro that I cannot download on the Mac computer. It's not an option. They don't have it as an option. You go into the store and it's not there. I don't understand that with Mac. That's weird because it's all Apple products. So you would think that it would.
You'd think so.
You would think you'd be able to get it on everything, right?
You need to make nice with the Apple reps. Are we boycotting Apple now? I don't know
No.
anymore. I don't know anymore.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know who we're boycotting anymore. I don't care.
I think, now I did drop Disney. Now let me just tell you.
I never watched Disney because there's nothing on. We had it, but I don't pay for it and I don't use it, and there's nothing on it that interests me at all. So I'm not.
I don't watch
concerned.
television, so
Yeah.
for the most part, because I don't really watch TV. But the kids like watching Disney. The husband like watching all the Marvel stuff on Disney.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, and I think he watches ESPN, and I think my daughter watches Hulu or something or whatever. But I was paying the bill, so
Okay.
I dropped it.
Okay.
And I was like, you guys are more than welcome to get it back if you're willing to pay the bill.
Okay. That makes sense.
I'm not going to pay it, but you can pay it. So they don't have it because nobody wants to pay the bill.
No, I looked at the list, and my only concern was, please don't have Hallmark on this list. Please don't have. It's not on the list, so I'm good. Because
It's
we're
not.
we're going into my Hallmark season right now,
Yeah,
and I
I've
don't
already
watch.
started.
That's the only thing I watch. So, and I have
I've al-
Hallmark Plus.
Yeah.
So
I pay for Hallmark. I pay for that streaming.
the Hallmark Plus.
The Hallmark, yeah.
Yeah,
I pay for that. So
that's
no,
what we have. Yeah.
I don't care what they do. I won't get rid of that one because when Christmas season come, I do start watching television again because I want to see all my stuff.
Yep.
Even if I just let it play in the background.
Yep.
And I like watching The Good Witch, even
Yep.
though I've seen all her.
I'm on
episodes.
season 7. No, season 6. I'm almost at the end of season 6 because it is how I get into my fall season.
Yes, I'm
And
on
so,
season
yeah.
6, episode 5. I think.
Oh, I'm on
Season 6,
episode
episode
6. So we're in this. Great minds think alike, you see? And that's
Yes.
that's the only one. That's the only one. Discovery Plus and Hallmark Plus are the only two I watch because I like my HGTV and they haven't messed with that yet, so I'm good. I'm still good.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really care about the other stuff too much. I know they're still boycotting Target, but I was never a big Target person anyway. I didn't really go there for much. I went there when I couldn't find it nowhere else, whatever I was looking for. I'm not.
I get my Tim Hortons from Target, and I think that's literally the only thing that I've gone in there for. I think that's about it.
Yeah,
Other
I'm
than
not
that,
a big
it's-
big fan of them, and they were. Now listen, they tried to boycott. I think it was Lowe's or Home Depot or something like that.
Huh?
I can't do that one.
No, I'm not doing that.
I need my hardware store. Okay.
Amen, sister.
I know they wanted to do Amazon in the very beginning. No.
Yeah, I'm not letting
ain't
go of
gonna
my
work.
Amazon. I'm
Not
sorry.
letting go Amazon.
We can
Y'all go-
do anything else. I'll negotiate with you, but I will not leave
Yeah.
my Amazon. I'm
I
sorry.
won't either. I
It-
won't either.
yep.
I can't. It
Hallmark?
doesn't even make sense.
You leave my Hallmark Plus alone. You leave my Amazon alone, and my HGTV, and we are good.
Yep.
Anything else you can mess with, I don't care. But you leave those things, or there's going to be. Those are fighting words for me.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want me to, it's like taking my coffee. Like, you're not going to be happy with me.
Do you know what?
Take all that.
I have to tell you, we went into the store. Now, it's been a while since I was in the coffee aisle because we order most of our coffee. And I bought enough of my K cups because we've been in the motorhome. So I just bought a buttload of it. And it's in the motorhome. So it's been a while. What the hell is the deal with people and their instant coffee? Because I went into just the regular grocery store the other day at Smith's, the K cups for 10. How much was it, Aaron, for 10 K cups for the store brand? 10 was how much was it, Aaron? Like $15, $20? Aaron. The K cups at Smith's for 10 of them, how much were they? Do you remember?
$11.99
For the store brand?
for a strawberry.
For 10
Sorry, $14.99.
$14.99 on sale for 10 K cups. And that was the store brand. That was not Starbucks or anything like that.
Well, coffee went up months ago. A long time ago, coffee went up. When all the tariffs started first hitting, coffee was one of the first things that started shooting up. And I do go in the coffee aisle like every couple of weeks. And so my brand of coffee has gone up from $9, like $9.99, I guess, on average, to $17.99 now. $17.99.
I know, it's crazy.
The size is still the same.
But do you have like the instant coffee?
I don't use instant.
But do you have I'm talking when I went in, there was more instant coffee than there was ground coffee or K cups.
Yeah,
there was a ridiculous amount.
Yeah,
It's multiplied.
It's a lot of instant coffee.
It's
popping up
multiplied.
and all- yeah, it is. It is.
But
They're
why?
pushing it. I don't know.
Why?
I guess because
Who drinks that crap?
so instant coffee that isn't like real coffee, is it? That's what I always
To
thought.
me, it's not.
It tastes
I
weird.
don't mean to offend anybody out there who does drink instant coffee and they love it, but why?
It's not. It's
Why?
something about it that's not authentic. So yeah, coffee beans are sky high.
Our coffee is insanely priced now too. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
and I find that weird because our Timmy's is still the same as it
Well,
was.
Tim Hortons, let me tell you. So I do go now. I will drive all the way to Norfolk. And I say all the way because I have to go through the tunnel, which we have to pay to go through. We have tolls.
Okay.
So you have to pay the toll to get through, and to get to Norfolk for me. So it's maybe about a 25-minute drive
Right.
from my house to Tim Hortons in Norfolk. But when I'm over there, and
I'd make that drive.
I used to go that way all the time when my mother was living, because she lived like right down the street from Tim Hortons for the most part, like
Okay.
maybe a 5-minute drive. So it was no problem because I would go over there 2 or 3 times a week. Not a big deal. Well, now I don't have a reason to go to Norfolk anymore.
Okay.
Not unless I'm going for business or something, I don't have a reason to go to Norfolk. So I haven't been going. And I realized, I was like, I need coffee. I
Yeah.
ran out of the Tim Hortons because I had
Uh-oh.
stocked up. And so I went to the grocery store and I got coffee from there, and I was pissed off because it's insanely priced. So I went back to Tim Hortons, and their price is still the same.
Yeah.
It's the same as it was the very first time I went to them.
Yeah.
So now it's like $10, $10.99
Yeah.
for the big container, which is what I'm used to paying that for the
Yeah.
big container of coffee.
Yep.
But that same container size in a different brand in a grocery store is $17.99
Yep.
and up.
Yep. We get it we get the 3-pound tin from Amazon. Now I'm looking at it here and it says here $30. That's for a 3-pound one, but that's for overnight. So I mean I would only do that if that was like, oh shit, we forgot and we can't get a little bag at Target just to get us through. Normally it's the same price. I think it's like $23 or $24 for the 3-pound tin, which is what I would pay if I went to the grocery store and bought a 3-pound tin. I'd probably pay more than that. So it hasn't
You're
changed.
in Canada?
Huh? Rena's in
Is
Canada,
Rena-
yeah.
And it went up there?
It went
Isn't
up
it from
there?
Canada?
Why would it go up there?
That's like beef going up in Texas. Why is beef so damn high in Texas?
It didn't just go up in Texas. Here, I went to go and buy. Now we're turning into a totally different podcast. But I went to buy hamburger meat.
Oh my gosh! Don't.
It was like $7 a pound, and so they wanted like almost $40 for 3 pounds. I'm like, what the hell is happening?
I have gone to ground turkey.
Oh,
I've
that's what.
been buying ground turkey for the last couple of months now because ground beef here is so expensive. And then they give you like the one little teeny tiny pound look like it's shrunk.
Yeah.
I swear they're tipping the scale. You're not telling me this is the same pound of beef that I used to get all the time. It is so tiny, like just a little piece. I say if I cook that, it's just going to shrink down to absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing right now?
Yep.
And
so I think we
crap.
paid now ground turkey. See, they caught on and they raised the price on that for about a week, and then it went back down again. So we get it for about, I think I paid $10, between $10 and $13 for 3 pounds of ground turkey. So now when I'm in the store, if I see it, I buy it, I put it in the freezer. So, and it's one of the first places I go to when I go in the store. I go straight for the meat department and I see what's on sale. And if it's a good price, I grab it, I freeze it. I wanted Irish stew the other day. So I thought, okay, I'll go get some stewing beef. Nope. Nuh-uh.
Oh, it's crazy.
It's ridiculous. But then I found a couple of I don't know, I think they were shank steaks or something on sale. And so I bought a couple of those and I'm like, I can cut these up. It's not a big deal. I'll cut them up. And even that was ridiculously expensive. So like I said, every time I see it, because we're going into winter.
Yeah.
And for us, that means, a lot of soups and stews and things like that. And you have to have your protein somewhere.
We got to have another bread class.
Okay, I can do that. Did you not figure it out last time? It didn't go well?
You saw my end result from my bread.
Yes.
No.
It could be the weather.
It hasn't gotten better.
Okay. Well, we'll do another one. I'll do one next week. I have to learn how to do a round challah for tomorrow. I've never done one before. I've seen my mom do it plenty of times because she was always braiding bread and doing stuff. But it's Rosh Hashanah, and it apparently I'm supposed to make a round one. I haven't done it before, so I got to practice. So,
Who's Jewish?
me. I was raised Catholic, though.
Did I know that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I was raised Catholic.
I knew you were Catholic, but I didn't know you were Jewish.
But I was going to convert, actually. I left the Catholic Church a long time ago, and I was going to convert, but it's been a very long process. And then I had my DNA done and found out that I may not have to. So now we're just like, okay, whatever. So now we do everything twice. So we like tomorrow
I mean,
is...
really, I was going to say, you do everything.
We do everything twice. So we celebrate both. So because I'm not giving up my Christmas decorations. Like you can't make me do that.
And I'm sitting here trying to remember.
You're like, wait a minute, she decorates her house for Christmas. Yes,
right.
I do. Yes, I do.
That's what threw me off.
Yes,
when
I do.
You said you were
I
Jewish.
also decorate for Hanukkah. So it's just.
It must be a very small area.
No, it's getting bigger. Actually, I'm doing really well. I can find.
I don't remember you ever posting photos of your menorah. Maybe you did.
I do every year.
Maybe you did. Yeah, you did.
I do.
And you know what? I think I took it as you were just being politically correct.
Well, then I got to learn Kwanzaa now too. Shit, that's a lot.
I don't even do Kwanzaa, so that's.
I don't. The
I know
only
what-
religion that I don't do, and
Kwanzaa is not a religion.
No, but the only
That's
thing
why I
I
don't-
don't do is the southern ones, and I just can't wrap my head around any of the
What's the southern one?
You know, like the Southern Baptists and the different Southern hellfire and brimstone, struck dead by lightning if you do the wrong thing, and making nice with everybody because that's what Jesus would do. I can't wrap my head around that part. I just can't. I can't do it. I wasn't built that way. And see, with Catholics and Jews, there's a lot of guilt involved. I can do that part. But I can't do the whole make nice because that's what Jesus would do. I know what Jesus would do, and you know what? Sometimes he'd slap a bitch. So don't do that. Don't start saying exactly. I've read my Bible, the Old Testament and the New Testament, and I know damn well that the reason it says pride cometh before a fall is not what people think it means. It means knock it off and be nice to everybody because that's what Jesus would do. Stop it. That's exactly what that means. So, anyway.
I told someone the other day they were having a religious conversation, and they looked to me to see what my perspective was.
Oh.
And I was like, you know what? This is my perspective on life in general.
Okay.
Mind your damn business.
Exactly.
If every adult in the world
I agree.
did whatever they did what they knew to do for themselves,
Yep.
and everybody else minded their damn business,
Yep.
we wouldn't have all these issues. But the problem is,
Amen.
you standing over there in your yard trying to tell me how to cut my damn grass.
Mm-hmm.
Mind your business. It doesn't matter what I'm doing over here. As long as what I'm doing over here does not affect what you're doing over there.
Exactly.
Leave me alone. I'll leave you alone, and we can get along just fine.
Yep.
And I was like, people going to church trying to tell somebody else how to live, knowing goodness well you ain't doing it either.
Yeah.
You're not doing the things that you standing up there trying to tell other people to do.
Yep.
Mind your business.
Yep.
Quote them scriptures.
But they can't. They can't quote them.
Let people sit up there and decipher it and understand it the way that they will. Because your understanding and somebody else's understanding may or may not be the same, and that's just the English language. Period. We
Yep.
all don't see things. We don't receive information the same way, and we don't process it the same way.
Yep.
So when I say something, you may take it differently than what I meant to, meant it for.
Yep.
Let it go.
I agree.
Preach, do your scriptures, teach the Bible, and let them walk. Because guess what? When I die, I'm not answering for nothing that was going on in your house. I'm not answering for nothing that you did. I'm not answering for anything that you thought or said. I'm only answering for me. Because that's
Amen.
all they want to hear, and that's all I can do.
Amen.
I can't speak for nobody else. So why
Amen.
you all up in my business? I just think if everybody mind their business, we'll all get along just fine. And that's my take on religion.
There you go.
Mind your business.
Exactly. That's what I agree. I agree. And this is why freedom of religion is my favorite part of the Constitution.
Yes.
It is.
Mind your business. Stop trying to tell grown folk
Yep.
what to do. Because all you do is get mad. You're going to get mad because they're not going to do what you want them to do. And now you're going to try to make them by hitting them and strong arming them and locking them up and doing all this foolishness.
Yep.
When all you had to do in the beginning is turn around and mind your business. Period.
I
it.
agree. You're preaching the choir over here.
That
I
is the
agree.
bottom line. That is the
I
bottom
wish-
line to life.
I wish that everybody thought that.
I wish they did too, because that's the way I am.
Yep.
If I don't bother you, don't bother me. If you want to believe in 3 horses and a donkey, go ahead on.
Right?
If you want to
Do what makes you happy.
if
But
you
let
and your
me
dog are-
do what makes me happy.
Yes,
Because it
I don't
doesn't
care
bother
If you
you.
screwing your dog, I don't care what you're doing in your house. Who you sleeping with ain't my business.
Right?
Listen, as long as you're not hurting
Rena
anyone.
says, see, Rena agrees too.
Yeah, as long
Amen.
as you're not hurting anyone. I draw the line at children.
Yep.
Okay, we do have an onus to protect kids
Yes.
that can't protect themselves.
Yeah.
However, adults, if 2 adults are doing something that they both are consenting to do, why is that my business?
It's not. I don't want to know what you do in your own house privately with your husband, and you don't want to know what I do privately with my husband.
No.
And we are both straight women.
That part.
So I think maybe some of these people need a little perspective. Like straight
Perspective.
people do weird things that other people don't want to know about as well.
Nope.
So therefore, take that, think for a few minutes some of the weird things that maybe you think you like to do and are okay in your safe place, which is your
Yeah.
home.
Absolutely.
And then, do you want to have a conversation with somebody out there about what you do? You probably don't.
No.
So why should that other person have to answer to you about what they do in the privacy of their safe place?
Right.
It's nobody's
Yeah.
business. It's not
It's
my
nobody's
business. It's not your business. I don't want to know what my parents do. I don't know what my kids do. I don't want to know what my friends do. I don't. So if you take all of that, then what is the difference between not wanting to know that in a straight world
Yeah.
and translate it into a world that you're not part of? You don't need to be part of that. You don't need to know anything because they don't want to know anything about you. You don't want to know anything about them. They are still human beings.
Yep.
At the end of the day, we are all the same. It's just sexual preference. And what the hell does my sexual preference have to do with you? Nothing.
Nothing.
Some straight people
Nothing.
like to be whipped. They like to be told what to do. They like dominatrix bullshit. And God bless them, because if it makes them happy, that will make me happy, because then maybe you won't be such a cranky bitch.
That part.
So leave everybody else alone.
Yeah. I don't get this whole
I don't understand it.
atmosphere of.
Nope.
And the crazy part to me is this: when I meet another adult that is so hell bent on controlling the actions of other people,
Ugh, yes.
that they're just their head is about to explode if they don't have that opportunity to have that much control. I always think, huh? So you're secretly doing this behind closed doors, aren't you?
Me doth think. No, what is that saying that Shakespeare said? Me think he doth protest too much.
There
Yes.
you go.
Me
That
think
part.
he doth protest too much. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we see you.
Yeah. Yeah, we see you.
Who was it that shut down Grinder? Yeah.
Hmm.
Exactly. So, stay in your own lane, mind your own business, and let
And if
everybody
you do
be
that,
happy.
people won't be digging into your skeleton closet. If you mind your own business and keep your mouth shut, people won't be trying to find out what you're doing. Why are you so invested in this? Why are you so concerned about it? Why does it bother you so much that listen, if you're married and your wife is the epitome of a wife, why do you care if other wives are not?
That's very true.
If your wife is Susie Homemaker and she's okay with being barefoot and pregnant 24/7 and just serving you and doing everything you tell her to do, and she's just the perfect wife for you, and you're raising your 2.4 kids or whatever, why does it matter that your next door's neighbor's wife isn't the same?
I don't know. I can't answer that because I agree.
It shouldn't.
I agree
So
with you.
whatever you got going on with you and your family,
Yep.
keep it over there. But you don't have the right to
No.
say, I gotta be like your woman.
Yeah.
We're not the same. We're not cutting the same cloth. So all these men out here trying to create this new, reality
Yep.
that's from the 1940s.
Yep.
If you found you a wife that's from the 40s,
Right?
you better hold on to her.
It's like these what do you call it? This trend, trad wives. If you've heard of that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Technically, it's traditional wife, and for whatever reason, there's a certain demographic, and I believe it's women in their early 20s that get married, and they've decided they're going to do everything the traditional biblical way. God bless. I don't want to. And I was a stay-at-home mom, and I have 4 kids, not 2. I don't want to do that. That does not interest me at all. But am I going to go online every time one of those pop up on my feed? Am I going to go into the comment section and I'm going to say, what's wrong with you? I mean, our mothers and our grandmothers fought really hard so you didn't have to do this, so we would be treated, a certain way and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to do that because obviously they are happy. They've made a choice. Nobody is telling them they have to do this. Nobody's telling them that.
Right.
As far as I know.
Right.
Nobody's telling them they have to.
Well, the beauty of it is the choice, right?
They're
beauty
making
of
it
the
exactly.
struggle
They're making that
is the
choice, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't choose that.
I
But
didn't
does
choose
that
it.
mean?
But
But
listen, it's like polygamy. Is anybody going after them? Is anybody saying, "Oh"?
I never thought of that. Yeah, no.
We know that exists. We know there's a whole community.
Yeah,
They have their own community
Yeah.
where this is going on. But y'all are okay with that. You're
Yeah.
not messing with them. You're coming
Exactly.
after everyday folk that are just. Nobody's going after the Quakers.
no.
They live differently.
Or the
Y'all ain't
Amish.
messing with them.
Or the Amish. No.
Nobody's
This-
messing. Nobody's messing with these people.
So
why
if that's what you want to do, then do it. But
Because I'm sure the Amish feel like that is what America or the homestead life should be. Nobody should be having technology and all the things. But guess what? They're not trying to push it down nobody's throat
No.
either.
no.
They're living their best life in their little community. The Native Americans are on their reservations doing what they want to do. You got people in Little Italy doing what they want to do.
Yeah.
Like, why is it that it's wrong to live your life the way you want to. You only get one.
I don't know.
Why the heck do I have to live it for the United States government?
I don't know, but this is I never used to spend any time thinking about it. So I mean I'm guilty of being one of those people that just did it. I had too many things going on. It never bothered me, but I think now that I'm going through menopause, these things are starting to be like they're in my head. And I agree with you. Like if I've come to the realization that whatever it is you want to do it.
Do it.
But leave me alone and let me do. If I let you do, see, and that's the thing. If I stay out of your business, you have to stay out of mine. That's how this works.
Yeah.
Or that's how it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
So if I'm here living in my house and I'm doing whatever it is I'm doing and it makes me happy, why does someone else get to tell me that I shouldn't be happy? Or I shouldn't be doing it that way because they do it differently and they do it a certain way. That's great. I'm happy that that works for you. I actually have a lot of respect for some of these women who are doing the whole trad wife and homesteading and growing their own vegetables and making their own clothes and doing all those things. I don't want to. That's what it comes down to. I don't want to do that. I didn't want to do it when I was in my 20s. And I sure as hell didn't want to do it when I met Aaron. And I believe we had a conversation about it. It was like, okay, this is great. I will stay at home because it's going to cost us too much to send our kids to daycare. But I don't want to just stay home and just be, a wife. I have to have more. Like, I'm not used to doing this. You can't keep me in the house. I need to be able to do something. So that's when I started doing. So I took the wedding planning and the special events that I had been doing before that, and I then started doing it on my own at home so that I could be at home for my kids and do that. Now, was I the perfect traditional wife and mother? No. My kids probably need more therapy than I can afford. And I'm 100% positive that if you ask Aaron on a good day, I'm a pain in the ass as a wife. I don't do what I'm supposed to do. I don't follow the rules. I do what I want to do that makes me happy. And if it works for me at the end of the day, I'm okay. I don't really care what other people do. Why can't other people do that too? This is what I don't understand. Like,
I don't either. I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't get it. And it's crazy because I think about when I was growing up, I was in my 20s and I really wasn't focused on the world, politics and all that stuff. And I remember hearing my parents discuss how, especially a lot of politicians and stuff, but I remember my parents discussing how the decisions that were being made then, how it's going to impact my generation in such a negative way by the time I was like in my 40s. Okay. Like my generation was just going to be, if these particular guidelines passed or these things went forward, it will have such a negative impact. I wish I paid closer attention to that then.
Yeah.
So I can see if what actually happened back then is the impact that I'm experiencing now.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Because back in the 80s and the 90s, you heard that a lot. Like, we can't do this because it's going to impact our future, our kids' futures. And we were the kids.
So that would be what, Reagan, Bush Senior, right?
Yeah, Bush Senior.
So you guys didn't talk about that in school at all?
We did. We talked about it in school.
Because we did, and we were in a different country.
We did, but not to the degree of what their decision, whatever was being discussed as far as their decisions, what that was going to do to impact our future. They spoke about it in school as just explaining, well, this is happening here and this is happening there, and these are two opposing viewpoints, not the impact.
Oh, see, we did.
You learned the impact
from
either watching the news, watching debates, or listening to your parents. You didn't, that's what they were supposed to teach us, I guess. So It was one of those
Okay.
things where you know that everybody's fighting about what's going to impact us when we became adults. And I'm wondering now if those decisions that were made way back then is what we're enduring now as adults. Is
I
that the
wonder.
impact that they were talking about? Or is this a whole different
I think
thing?
this is a
Is
whole
this
different
something
ball
completely
game.
different? I don't know. Because you know what? The same players we were younger, but they were like in their 40s
Right.
in that era, they're now running the country.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're the people now that are making the decisions.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if they were a part of those conversations that was like, if we do
Kind of
this and
makes
this,
you realize that maybe those people shouldn't be shouldn't be running the government, because you and I are both in our 50s, and so if they were part of that back then,
yeah,
they should be retired.
yeah, yeah. Well, you know what? I always said I think our government here and probably across the world, but I can only speak for us. Um, we do need to revisit the age limit and the term
I think
limit.
that's everywhere, because it's in Canada as well.
We
I
should not have
believe.
senators in our government that have served 40 and 50 years.
No.
You're
No.
stuck in a time warp if you've been
Yeah.
there this long. You're not coming with any fresh new ideas. You don't even know how to work social media if you've been there 50 years. You have
Yeah.
you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're just now a mouthpiece.
Hmm.
You're even you're thinking, I don't want someone, God bless them, that is in menopause going representing the country at
Can
this
you
point. It's just,
imagine?
I,
Because
I
we're crazy. We are crazy. We cannot be held responsible for an entire country. Are you kidding me? No.
I just don't. I think that we should have some age limits. I think, you know, when it's time to be put out the pasture, go enjoy the pasture. Just
I think maybe a woman after menopause, post, because she's got the wisdom that she would need, and she's already through all of that, and there is apparently, according to what I understand, there is a difference afterwards. You're not as crazy.
yeah. But then you're in that age range though that
You'd only be in your
I don't.
early 60s, maybe late
Okay,
50s.
'cause I don't think anybody at 70 should be running the country.
Yeah, no, I'm not. But I mean, that gives you that still. If you go through
Yeah,
menopause
I
at
think
50,
over 70,
you're still at.
70
If you
should be
were
the
to
end.
run at 60 and win, which
That's
God
okay.
willing, one day there will be a female president in this country. I don't know if I'll ever live to see it, but God willing, there will be. Then that still gives you a good window to run two
It does.
terms
Yeah.
and still be able to and have the wisdom and
But you know
the
what? I don't even
maturity
care
to
if
do
it's a
it.
president. I think the president is fine. But the president used to not have so much immediate power.
A woman with proper medical care in menopause could be okay. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
they could be.
But the key thing is proper
Yeah,
medical care.
yeah,
Which is a whole nother issue on its own.
yeah.
But I'm thinking like the Senate.
In this, yeah, okay, I see that.
We got to cut that age off.
It's very stressful because I've
It's
watched.
a bunch of
I
old
watch
people.
what's going. I've watched the like you can see it on C-SPAN and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I've watched. I don't think I agree with you. I think it should be a younger. You should be younger to be a governor or a senator because of the amount of stress
Yes.
that you have to deal with if the shit hits the fan.
And because everything moves so fast nowadays
Exactly.
that when you're 70 years old, you're not keeping up with what's happening for real. You're
Yeah.
still stuck in whatever it is you were doing 10 years ago.
And they're
That's
more
it.
and you're more stubborn.
And you're very stubborn.
And you're not prone
open
to listen.
any-
You're not open to listening to
You're not open to listening.
opposition.
Just do as I say. Not,
and
do
you're
as I say, 'cause
argumentative. Yeah, I agree.
I've been here forever, and I think you don't get nothing accomplished. And I think that's the problem. We're not moving forward. We're at a standstill.
We're
because
going
we
back
have
and
too
forth
many-
and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
We
Yeah.
have too many old people
Yeah.
in office. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I just think at 70 years old, your time is done. And I don't think any senator should be eligible to serve more than 3 terms consecutively. More than number 3 is out. That's it. After you've served your 3 terms, you're done. Just like the president can't run more than twice.
Right.
You can't run more than 3 times. Carry on. Let somebody else.
Let
sit in your
someone else
spot.
come in and do it. Yeah,
Because
somebody
why
who's
the
younger.
heck why is Schumer and Mitch McConnell and them still? I mean, I'm not going to be ugly, but they're just too freaking old. They're
I think it should be younger.
One toe in the dirt. You're too old. Go sit down and let someone who has a much better perspective, that's in the job market for real, that is have a young family, that is living in the current times, that understands what's currently happening, and let them step in and learn what they need to learn in that regard. I just don't think it's too many old people right now running this country, and I just think it's running us into a detriment for ourselves. They have no new perspective, and they're less tolerant.
That's
Old
the key.
people
That's
are
the
not
key.
tolerant.
No, that's the key. I mean, we know that with our own parents having conversations. You're constantly, especially now, we're constantly. I mean, I find it amusing because I know my parents, and I know that half of the stuff that they say, they don't mean the way they say it. Mm-hmm. But they're also not running a country, and we're constantly like, Dad, you can't say that. Well, you know what I meant. Yes, I know what you meant, but other people don't know what you. I know that you are not that person, but other people, if you say that outside this house, it's not going to go well.
That part.
But if you're a senator, you don't have anybody doing. Well, I guess you do if you're in the Senate and there's younger people. They're going to hold you accountable, but you still maybe don't understand why they're doing that. Like, why you need to sit down. You're not old enough. You're 12.
Right. Exactly.
Even though that person is, in their 50s or late 40s, they are not 12. They do know what they're doing. They got there the same way you did, but maybe they have a better perspective on reality right now and how things are working than old Peepaw over here who, can just barely remember the 80s.
Yeah.
And the shenanigans that they got up to when they were in their 50s, in the 80s. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So I agree.
And when you think about it from that perspective, it's like, wow.
They were in their late 40s or 50, middle 50s, early 50s, around that age in the 80s. And they are still working.
Any average job would have retired you by now.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
The average job out here would have told you it's time to go.
Yeah.
You've reached your age limit. It's time to go. You can't stay here forever. But yet it's still, we let our government officials just die in office, literally. It's like,
how many have done that so far? Quite a few.
Too many.
Yeah.
When they should be sitting at home enjoying the great grandkids that they got.
Right? When you have when you have to hyphenate your grandchildren, it's time for you to retire. No disrespect, but you need to.
Listen, if you are that good in your position as a senator, as a government official,
be a mentor. Step down and be a mentor to somebody else who's coming up.
That's it.
Nobody says you have to go away, but
No,
you just need to change your perspective. Yeah, like We're closing up. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Can't stay here. Go and mentor someone that is up and coming.
Teach
Tell them what
them.
it is they need to
Exactly.
look out for.
Exactly.
Help them. Yeah. Be a
Start
mentor.
programs. Start a mentorship. I do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, because right now, I'm gonna tell you, my son's generation, and I guess that's Gen Z,
Z.
maybe Z. I think it's Gen Z, right? The
Yeah.
20 somethings.
Yeah.
In that Gen
Yeah.
Z.
I have.
Okay.
Yeah. I got 4 of them.
They are
Or
not
Gen Z.
excited about politics.
No.
They care less.
Now,
For
see,
real.
that's where the problem comes in because I know that because my kids have friends who they didn't vote in the last election
They think it's all
because
a scam.
they didn't like anybody who was running, so they just decided, well, I don't like anybody who's running,
Yeah.
so I'm not going to
Yeah.
do it. Well, then
Well,
you
know
have
what's
nobody
going
to
on?
blame.
College campuses, what's going on now is that kids are realizing that it's more criminal behavior in the government than any other entity.
So they're
And
boycotting
so,
it.
and so they're like, oh no, the government is one big scam. It's one big mafia. That's what they're calling it, a big mafia.
Mm-hmm.
And that they don't want any parts of it. They want it to be dismantled
Yep.
completely. And I'm like, how
And then
do
what?
you dismantle it? And then what? What's going to
Have they
govern?
thought that far ahead?
They have, but nothing that actually
Works?
is right. Well, and let me just say this. I can't say that it wouldn't work. I can say that it would be such a change that it would take many, many decades before it to catch on and actually know whether or not it works.
Right.
It's not going to be an immediate switch.
Are
you
they
know?
talking like a dictatorship or something?
No, they're talking about not having an hierarchy at all. There is no
Okay.
president. There is no entity that runs the entire country. Like they're
Okay.
talking like the country is not run by one person. Is run by, I guess, I guess like you would run a business, a board or something. We didn't get
Okay.
that far, but they're trying to figure out how they could not have this voting system that is apparently broken and flawed. How to not have anyone that sits at the very top of the tier because they feel like that's not working. It hasn't worked and is not working. That person has too much power, evidently, because
So
look
they
at what's
want
happening.
they want Canada.
Is that what y'all got over there?
Well, it's very similar to here, but what we do is we vote on a local level, and we have the right to recall whoever it is that's the head of the party. So we don't vote for the prime minister. The prime minister is appointed by the party. So we don't pick who that is. We vote on. So like here you have a presidential election where you elect the person who the Democratic Party or the Republican Party, they pick a person to run, and usually it's either the person who is the most charismatic, who's the most likely to win, because they want their party to win, and they pick the person sometimes that is the most charismatic or has the most experience or whatever. Sometimes I can't figure out why they pick the person that they do, but they do. We don't do that. They pick the leader of the party, but we don't vote for that person. We vote for the party. So we start at the local level, and we basically get to tell the local government how we want things done. And if we don't like what they're doing, we have the right to recall that person and say, we don't like what this person's doing. Nope. They have to go. We got to have another local election. So you have another local election. So what happens is all over the country, you have all these local elections, right? And then the next level, there's levels So you have your local, and then there's what is it after the local, Aaron?
Municipal.
The municipal, and
You got the province.
and then the provincial, and then the federal. So
Very similar to your.
it's very, very similar, except the people are more involved than the party is. And we can, if it was hitting the fan like it is now here, the people would be able to say, no, this is not happening. This is not working for us. And the people would get to
They could oust the prime minister.
they oust the prime minister, and we would have another, they would either put another
So-
person in.
I think that's similar to what we do here. However, I think the process of recalling someone is a lot harder here than it is
Yeah.
there, because he would have to be.
Well, you guys have to wait the 4 years. You can't,
no,
unless they do
no,
something
that's
really
what
bad.
Well, no, that's what we call, right. So that's what the what do you call it? When you remove the president from office.
Impeachment.
Right. So that's what the whole impeachment process is.
Yeah, so
But
we
the
don't do
problem
that.
But the problem is the people aren't the ones impeaching him. We have to rely on our elected officials
Yeah.
to speak for us to do the impeachment. So the younger kids are looking at it and saying, we don't want the parties anymore. The parties are the problem.
Yeah.
The parties have gotten out of hand.
Yeah.
So they're trying to figure out, how can you have a political system without a party,
Okay.
without these two fighting entities going back and forth, because they have two completely different principles.
Yeah.
Now, another conversation is, if they can't disband the parties, to overthrow the two current parties and recreate a whole new party, like a third party, and make the third party stronger
Yeah.
than the two parties that currently exist, a Republican and Democrat. So it'd be like us having the independent party, right? And then the
Parties have more
independent-
power than the people there. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the difference. I think that I think is the difference, because even in Canada we have more than two parties. We don't have two parties. I think we've got 1, 2, 3, maybe four or five.
Yeah, we only have two.
We've
We have
got the
three.
Green Party, the Independent Party, the Social Credit, which would be conservative, NDP, which would be Democrats, and Quebecois. So there's, I believe, now they may have added some that I'm not aware of,
Only
but
5, yeah.
but I believe there's 5.
Liberal Party, Conservative Party, Bloc Quebecois,
Bloc Quebecois, yeah.
New Democrat Party, and the Green
Yeah, there's 5. So, see, I still know my Canadian stuff. There's 5. So because in Canada's defense, they actually are learning from the mistakes that are getting made here.
I think everybody worldwide is.
Yeah. The liberals. So now there's 6, I guess, because the liberals have separated. Those are the tree huggers. Those are, yeah. The liberals in Canada are like peace and love, like real liberals, like not Democrat liberals. They're like real liberals, kind of. So I don't know. I agree with that. I think the U.S. has to go back, but you've always had more than 2. It's just in the last 10 years that it's switched to, like, there is an independent, but nobody ever votes for the
We've always had an
independent.
independent party, but the problem is
Nobody pays
the
attention.
the money isn't put into the independent party.
Yeah.
The money has always been focused on Republicans and Democrats. So the
Not
money
anymore, yeah.
is what is fueling the issues that we're having.
Yeah.
Because you have these major corporations and gun reform people, and that are just putting billions of dollars behind these parties.
Right.
And so in actuality, it's almost like, if your party wins, you win the lottery. It's almost
Okay.
like you get the money if you win, if your party wins. And the party who doesn't win don't get the money. That's the way it's playing out nowadays.
Yeah.
And the young kids see that where my generation didn't see that. We saw it as, you made the laws. You have more opportunity to push your agenda,
Yeah.
right? And the kids are pointing out, well, agendas aren't being pushed. They're
No.
being pushed around, but if
Yeah.
you don't have controlling interests of all of the different levels where your agenda can be pushed, then you're not doing anything. You're just arguing for 4 years, right?
Yep.
Which they make a good point. So with this new government that we have, they control everything. They're controlling the House, the Senate, the Supreme Court,
Yeah.
and the presidency. You would think they'd be happy, right? You would think there would be nothing to argue over, right?
You would think.
Because you have it all. You're controlling everything.
Yeah.
Like, so what's the problem? If you're controlling everything,
I
you have all
can't
the
answer
cards. You
that
have the
because
full
I
deck.
don't know.
What's the problem? Why
I
are you
don't
why are you
know.
so pissed?
I
Why are
don't
you
know.
so angry? Because people won't agree? You're not going to get people to agree. Everybody's not going to agree. It's just not going to ever happen in any society that you don't even get everybody in your house to agree with you.
It's all about the lobbyist agendas and money. That's exactly right, and I believe
Yeah.
that's in a lot of countries right now. And I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I think we have to go back to what we used. So in that respect, maybe we do have to go backwards a little bit because we have to bring back more parties and more representation, because right now not everybody is represented anywhere. It's
not.
because it is not possible to have only Democrats and Republicans.
No.
It's not, you're not
It has to-
representing
another
everybody if
party-
that's the case.
Another party has to surface
Yeah.
to challenge what's happening now.
Yep.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of Democrats aren't 100% on the side of what the Democrats are standing for.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have a lot of Republicans that are not on the side of what these Republicans are standing for.
Yep.
So then you have those people they're just stuck in the middle. It's like, I used to be a Democrat, I used to be a Republican. I don't like what neither one of them are doing. So
Yep.
now where do I stand? Well, now you stand as an independent.
Yep.
If you don't like the way that your party has changed or what they're doing, then you now have to separate yourself from that party and find a group that is going to meet in the middle to have the best of both worlds
Right.
for you,
Yep.
right? Whatever that is for you. And so the independents right now have a really great opportunity to find a really strong candidate and to actually get money put behind them
Right.
to make a strong push for position.
You
They've
think they're
never
going
had that
to?
before. I think if they can get these people in the same room that don't like the new Republican Party, don't like the old Democratic Party, but still appreciate certain parts of both parties,
Mm-hmm.
right? To be able to come together, I think they can do it.
Yeah.
The problem is going
If they
to
have
be,
the right, they have to have the right person running it.
and I think they have the right person. I think there is a person that could bridge that gap, but they would have to relinquish their party ties.
Yeah.
One is a Republican or I like to call them the old Republicans, because this new phase of Republicans, I don't know them. The old Republicans. This is an old Republican that was a part of the old Republican Party, but no longer associates with this new Republican Party. And this is a Democrat that is fighting against the old ways
Yeah.
of the Democrats. And that it's not that they're fighting against what the Democrats stand for the most part. It's just how they get things done. Like, that's old. We don't do it. That we got to do it a different way.
Yeah.
I think if you get the Republican and a Democrat together and they run on an independent ticket, I think then you'll see something actually shift.
I hope so.
Well, only if they do it. But if everybody stay like they are and the Republicans fight for, the next election and the Democrats going to stay in their lane, I don't think anything's going to happen. I don't think anything's going to change. I don't think the Democrats are going to be able to take the House. Take the office again. I don't think so. Because everybody is too broken up.
Yeah.
Nobody's on the same page anymore. So it is what it is. But these new kids, they're not voting. The kids are not going to be coming out to vote. They're not going to be coming out to support, and then it's back to all the old people.
Yep. I agree. Like I said, I hear what my kids are talking about, and it's pretty much the same thing. Same generation, college age. That's what they're talking.
My niece is 33. She's like, I don't get involved in that. And I'm like, really? She's like, no, my friends and I, what are they fighting over? They don't even understand what is being fought over. And they're in their 30s. Yeah. She's 33. Her friends are 34, 33 and under. They don't even understand what we're fighting over. They don't get it. They're like, this is insane to us. But you got to understand, they just got out of college a few years ago themselves. They're just now finding their footing in the workplace, you know?
I remember that. I remember that time period.
Yeah, we didn't care.
No.
We were trying to pay rent.
I was too busy trying to stay sober.
That part. You're having babies, you're getting married.
Well, yeah, because we just went from partying to now we got to be a grown-up. And we didn't do that. I didn't do that till I was 30. I was a little slow.
I was
a little slow. I didn't want to do it until I was ready to be a grown-up. Because I didn't want to mess anybody up, and I wanted to get it right the first time, so I waited.
Once
the
I
only
was
people
pregnant,
who
I was
will
like,
be
I'm done.
able to vote soon will be old white men. Well, that's actually pretty true. Yeah.
Well, that's what they want, though. That's what's going to make it all great again.
Okay.
That's what they want.
Yeah.
They don't want us to vote.
No.
We're supposed to be, well, not me. Y'all are supposed to be barefoot and pregnant.
Not me. I'm supposed to be put away so people can't see me anymore because I am now useless to society.
Really?
Yeah. Once you hit menopause, doesn't matter if you're white, Asian, brown, black, doesn't matter. If you are past your prime from making those babies, you are done. Go away. Yeah. We don't want to see you. We only want to see the young, fertile women because you are useless now. Go sit over there. We don't want to see you. You keep your mouth shut and you go.
And if you're gay, you're useless to them too because now they feel like you can't have any children.
Except if you're a lesbian, in which case we can use you. We can use what you have in bits and pieces, and we can house and grow like you're a garden of some kind. So, yeah.
They are not. That is no way.
Yep, that is exactly what is.
Like an incubator?
Yep. 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 Handmaid's Tale, baby. Handmaid's Tale.
I never saw that.
I haven't seen it either, and I know I have to be in the right headspace to watch it, but... Hilarious since they expect Granny to do childcare. Well, yeah, but that's only some grandmas, not all of them. Like, I would definitely not be picked for that.
They don't want me to be Granny. No.
No.
They will have a rebellion on their hands with them kids.
I would teach them all the things that they're not supposed to know.
Absolutely.
I think there's an interview process, and I would fail.
Yeah.
Why are there people across the street taking pictures? Aaron, what's going on over there? Who are they taking
You can see
pictures
across
of?
the street.
I've got the video camera up there. There's people
Oh.
standing in front of a car taking pictures. It's really weird. That's weird. Anyway.
Bending over the car.
Oh, they're bending over. Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, they just lifted their leg up on the hood. Yep. Strike a pose.
Is it a new car?
No. I think maybe a new relationship, but not a new car. Nope. Okay. I don't, like I said, I don't care. Whatever you want to do, I don't care.
I am very conscious of the fact that every last one of my neighbors have a Ring camera or some type of video going on 24/7. So I don't do anything stupid in my yard.
Oh no, these girls are on the street. I don't know what they're doing. There's a
I
blonde.
just don't do anything.
There's a
don't do
blonde
anything
and a
in the
brunette.
house.
Oh, she's doing the whole pose.
We can post it
Yeah,
on.
just
Want to show it?
show it. Put it on there. Let's see if we can. Everybody can see. So let's show everybody so everybody can see. There you go.
Oh, this is in real time.
This is in real time. This is my neighborhood. Oh, she's gonna strike another pose. Let's see what you're gonna do.
Oh, maybe
Oh, I
she's
didn't like
taking
that.
pictures to show her boyfriend.
Maybe.
We'll come back. We'll come back.
Oh, she thought that was funny. Oh, that's so funny. You're so funny. Oh.
We'll come back to them.
They're kids. I like her outfit though. That was cute.
Which one? The white one?
The one in the white, yeah.
Surprise, you realize.
That's terrible.
Yeah, we don't have our security cameras.
Is it still? No, it's not.
What?
It's not daylight there. It's
No,
dark there.
it's
right?
dark, yeah.
Girl, listen.
We gotta go because you gotta go to bed. I just looked at the
almost 12
timestamp.
o'clock.
2 hours and 50 minutes.
Shit. Well, because we changed from our regular scheduled programming to discussing politics, which we said we would never do. But congratulations, Lynn. I think we did quite well. Just
We did.
talking normally about something that does affect us, and it actually we did incorporate menopause because I look
Yeah.
at things differently, and I understand things differently than there now she's oh yeah, see that
Come on.
oh God bless. Now can you imagine? Oh, serious now.
Wait.
Oh.
Oh.
Now, thank God there were no cameras around when I was that age because, you know,
Girl, I'm telling you.
why is she showing her butt like that though? Is she not?
It's for a man.
I know that part. Does she
Or
have
maybe it's for her Instagram.
It's for the gram.
It's for the gram.
Yeah, but that's not the best backdrop. At least
boot-
turn around
the
so you can see the strip. Like, if you're going
Oh,
to take a
they'll probably
photo,
edit
turn
it.
around and put the strip in the background. No rage baiting. Well done, ladies. Well, anybody who knows Lynn and I know that we don't do that.
No.
Because, and that is the benefit of being our age. I find it a study in human behavior, what's going on right now, personally. I can't explain any of it, but I do find it. I do actually, it's maybe there's something wrong with me, or maybe it's menopause. I find it fascinating and very interesting to watch. As long as you don't get real uptight about it and worry too much, because realistically, there's not a damn thing that either you or I can do to stop whatever
Nothing.
happens next.
Nothing.
All we can do is get through every day,
Yep.
one day at a time. And
Yep.
and so if you take that stress away from yourself and you put it over there and you try really hard not to get too angry about it, it's actually fascinating, and we are part of history and we are watching it from the inside, and it is very interesting. I don't know, I'm not psychic, so I don't know how this is going to play out, and God knows that every week something crazy happens and we're all just like Okay, now what do we do? And you try really hard not to do that, not to go down those rabbit holes and go into comment sections on other people's pages where you disagree with somebody. Don't do that. Don't go onto someone else's page and start telling them what you believe and then telling them what you think they should be doing and telling them that they're a horrible person because they believe this. You know what? At the end of the day, it's all going to come out. There's nothing we can do about any of it. We all have to just try and be decent human beings to each other. If we do that, then maybe the next 3.5 years won't be so bad. I didn't believe a word I just said, but I thought it sounded pretty good.
You were on a roll.
But realistically, there's nothing we can do, so you might as well just get through every day and do it as best you can.
Listen, that is why Black America is out here dancing. We got our fans. We're going to spas.
I believe that I have
We're
the biggest
traveling.
member. Oh my God, Robert's back.
How long has he been there?
Well, he's been pretty quiet, so I don't think he's been here long. Now, you have to remember, even though Robert and I do not agree politically, we have had some of the best political conversations that I can remember, because he doesn't do that. He doesn't tell you what you should believe. He tells you what he believes and why. I know it's a conundrum and I don't understand it, but he actually is able to do that. Just got here. And we're just leaving, Robert. You're a little late.
I can respect anyone's belief system as long as what they believe doesn't take away my right to believe what I believe.
Exactly.
And as long as what they believe doesn't impede me from being able to live the life that I want to live.
Mm-hmm.
So I can respect what anybody's take is. If I just think leave the personal stuff out of politics.
Exactly.
If I want to have a kid, let me have the kid. If I don't want to have the kid, I shouldn't have to have the kid.
I agree.
If I want to, go to a certain church, let me go there.
Yeah.
If I don't want to ever go to church, let me do that too.
Yeah.
If I want to
I believe Christ is the Lord. Okay.
And listen.
I believe we do as well.
I had to say this to someone the other day because they said the same thing to me. I believe Christ is Lord. Okay, then if you believe that, understand that he has everything under control. He don't need your help. He don't need your guidance. He don't need your support.
Christ also gave me a sense of humor.
And to handle your business the way you need to handle it. But God doesn't need any help.
No.
And all these people out here trying to help him, you're getting in the way. So if you really believe that he is the ultimate, like I do, leave folk alone. Let him deal with their sins. Let him deal with the way that they're living their lives. Let him deal with all the things that they're doing that you perceive as wrong based on what you're reading in your Bible. Let him deal with it. It is not your place to deal with it, because when you start trying to control it and deal with it, that means you don't think he can handle it. You don't think he has the power to take care of it, because now you've got to jump in and fix it. And you're not fixing anything. So leave him alone. People who use that tagline don't truly believe it all the time, because they always got to jump in and try to, well, wait a minute. Let me tell you how to do it. No, he already told us. Now it's up to us to do what we were told. It's like having a child. You know right from wrong. If you choose wrong, you got to deal with your consequences.
Yeah. There is only one person that can judge me and the way I live, and he is not here.
There you go. There you go.
I may practice differently, but I believe the exact same thing, and I am good with my faith. My faith is very strong, And that is how I live every day. And I do put my money where my mouth is. I try and be a good person. I do unto others. And at the end of the day, I hand it all over because I know that I cannot control other people, how they do things, why they do things, or any of that. And I know that I can't do it by myself. And I am very fortunate that I have had some experiences in my life where I have handed everything over, and I have had to have faith because it was the only thing I had.
Yeah.
And you know what? I am sitting here today and I got through it. And I don't care what anybody else thinks about that or what their opinion is, because I know that my faith and my understanding and my belief is what got me through those hard times. I don't have to defend it. I don't have to explain it. I don't usually even talk about it because to me, my religion and my beliefs are very private and they're for me. But I respect other people and their right to do the same.
Absolutely.
And that's where the whole do unto others is supposed to come in.
And that is where we're having our biggest issues, because the ones who
I believe in
claim
aliens.
to be able to, the ones who claim that they are following God's principles are the main ones that are trying to change everybody into following their own principles. It's like, no, just do what you're supposed to do.
Yep.
Live the life that he gave you to live. Live and let live. It's not your job to police what other people are doing. And last time I checked in the Bible, I don't recall God ever asking for our help. He gave us instructions on how to live our lives and how to treat one another while we were here. But he never said, and by the way, can you help me out?
Right?
Can you make sure that this person does this and make sure that, and if this person don't do it, this is what you got to do? No. I don't recall seeing that, but maybe I missed a chapter or two, but I don't remember that one.
I don't think you did. And we also have to remember that if you're going to go around spouting off what Jesus would do, let's also try and remember how he lived his life. And he was hanging out with hookers. He was hanging out with half dead people, people who had stuff hanging off of them, lepers. He liked himself some lepers. He didn't care what color people were. And he didn't care what people's income was. And he didn't care what your job was. Because he treated everybody all the same. So if you're going to quote Jesus, maybe you should do that part as well.
That part.
That's all I'm
Absolutely.
saying. That's all I'm saying.
And I think that's a great way to end the evening.
I think so too. I think so too. And I have to now go and find some recipes that include honey and apples because I'm going to do some bacon tomorrow.
Are you?
Yep.
What are you baking? Pie?
No, I'm going to try some honey bread and some dipping sauce because that's apparently good for a new year because Rosh Hashanah is the new year. It's a celebration of life. It's a celebration of the new year. And the honey is for sweets, for a sweet new year. And the apples are for harvest and for bounty. And so when you combine the two, however you want to do it, that's celebrating New Year. So I'm going to try it. I haven't done it before, so I'm going to give it a shot. See what I can come up with.
Videotape it.
Maybe I need some good luck, and I'll try it that way. Jesus also flipped tables and whipped. He was also gangsta. I don't know that I would call Jesus a... nope. I don't know that I would call Jesus gangsta. I could be wrong. What is that picture there, Aaron? Okay, now you got to show that to Lynn. That is not the Jesus that I know. Maybe that's a Texas Jesus.
Well, he says he's a big gangster, right?
Yep, a Texas Jesus maybe. God help us. People do know Jesus was not American, right? They're aware of that.
I was going to say, if he wasn't brown skinned, I don't need to see it.
Oh no, this is a white guy. This looks like my son. That looks like Delaney, except for the gun. He's a pacifist. That's not who I picture, but that's okay.
That's the white man's Jesus. That's not the actual Jesus. Sorry.
No. Actually, the Jesus that was in a picture in my church when I was growing up was not white. He wasn't black, but he was Middle Eastern looking.
Yeah, he's not black.
That
either.
was the one that I recognized. I didn't see this white version until I was much older.
That was King James. King James made them. King James had them do that photo of Jesus as a white man.
I didn't see that one until I was much older.
The Bible actually tells you that he was bronze skinned and had hair like wool.
Well, he had to be because he was born in
a desert.
Yeah. Okay. Well, see, this guy that's coming up here looks more like what he probably would have looked like.
Ah, yes, I think so.
His hair was probably, maybe a little bit longer, but I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of Middle Eastern men that have their hair like that. But yeah, that's pretty much what he would have looked like.
But the woolly part, it depends on what part of Middle East you're in. Their hair is a lot coarser. Well,
it would have been Israel, Iran, Israel, around there, because he was born in Nazarene, which is not too far from Jerusalem. So he hung out in that area. So yeah, he definitely, he would have tanned really well. So he probably was on a regular basis a lot darker than that too, because he would have been out in the sun all the time.
Yeah.
Well, Hollywood's version is, he did not have blue eyes. There's no way he had blue eyes. Yeah, no. That actually looks more like Delaney, but yeah. We're going to end it there. Wasn't he Palestinian? Yeah, well, it would have been around Jerusalem, around that area, so around the Gaza Strip, pretty much. Palestine, Iran, Israel. He would have traveled around that whole entire area. Yeah. So he definitely was not a white guy. Not a white guy. And not a Muslim and not a terrorist. He was just a guy. A shepherd. Sorry. A carpenter. He was a carpenter.
Carpenter, yeah.
So he probably spent a lot of time building stuff out back. Jesus is my cousin. Yeah, I believe Jesus is, or Jesus would be your cousin, I think. Jesus. I just did. I said it in Spanish. So anyway, Lynn, thank you. That was a good discussion. I always like talking to you. 3 hours and 10 minutes. Wow, that's a record.
We're making up for all those times that we kept missing our...
Right?
That's it.
We had a lot to talk about today, so that's okay.
Now, Aaron has to edit this into 3 different shows.
Okay.
So we got 3 hours.
Are we doing a recording this week? Do you have any time?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll figure out a time to do that, and we'll record one just in case.
Good night, Robert.
Good night, Robert. Good night, Lynn. Go to bed. It's late.
Good night.
I'm going to go get some coffee and have dinner.